Good morning, good morning, good morning. And welcome back to Rise and Shine College Football. I'm your host, Jason Watkins. I'm here with, can't see him on the screen, but Big Mike Boganowski. And if you love college football, you know you're in the right place. So before you forget, smash that red subscriber button, like our videos, and don't forget to ring the bell so you don't miss one moment of Hall of Fame college football. Lots of stuff to talk about this morning. Welcome into the show, Big Mike. How's it going, man?
What up, man? What up? Just grinding, man. Just grinding. A lot of miles put on in the last 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, man. It's kind of a trek down there to Baton Rouge, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 13 hours for me.
Woo! Oof. Yeah, and then you said on your way into Kansas City this morning. So yeah, you've been burning it, man. That's woof. Yeah. Plus the stuff you're gonna have to do today doesn't sound like the most fun thing in the world to me because I hate the VA. Just so you know. But welcome into the show, everybody. Derek Hamilton, Mars, Jams, Stephen G, Drewski, Goated, Stink Ass Cat. Let's see who else we got in here. Come on in, Bishop Frank. Welcome in. Make sure that you wipe your feet when you get in here, and let us know you're here. Hit that damn like button, man. We need some likes. We need some more subscriptions. Help us out with all that kind of stuff. Lots to talk about today. Obviously, we'll get into a little bit of the game with Mike, what he saw while he was there, and then as I think everybody knows, it looks like it's about to be should have a new offensive coordinator. I'm thinking today. It sounded like today. The people that I've talked to, and they're people that I trust, are telling me that it's gonna be today. Oh, what the hell was that? Are telling me it's gonna be today. So we'll kind of see, maybe it happens while we're on here with you guys for the next couple of hours. Maybe it doesn't. We'll see. But I do believe that, we got and we should have Marcus Dent coming in here to join us as well shortly. He's got some stuff going on at his house that he's got a repair person, so he should be popping in anytime as well. Thank you for the super chat, Neilio. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Jason and Mike. Thank you, sir. Welcome in. Yes, sir. Hey, well, I guess we can talk about a few things. I mean, there's a lot of shit that happened over the weekend, Big Mike. I mean, we were talking a little bit off the air before we got here, but I mean, wild weekend in college football. Chaos continues to reign supreme around college football as far as getting ready for this playoff. I don't know about you, but I'm enjoying the hell out of pretty much every week. I mean, there's something that matters every week. These games, you figured that a lot of people were thinking that it was going to ruin the regular season of college football. I think it's done just the opposite. It's made every game matter.
No, I think with the parity and the landscape of college football and the NIL and the 12 team and all these different kind of combinations and avenues, and the Big 12's crazy, the SEC's crazy. I mean, that's why the NCAA is a $1 billion industry, man. It's wild, and it's never gonna stop. It's never gonna stop. It's wild.
No, and I think that, I mean, from what we're seeing, I mean, look, last week it looked like it was going to be only 3 SEC teams getting in. It almost feels like it's going to be. It almost feels like it's going to be 4 now, I think, because of the fact that you had so many, you had so much shakeup going on. I think Miami probably screwed themselves out of getting in. Probably should have or whatever, but we'll see. Bishop Frank, thank you for the super chat. He says, big salute, Big Bog 80, Dent, and Jason. Yes, sir. Hey, thank you, Bishop Frank. Appreciate you coming in, man. We appreciate it. South Texas, too. Hey, man, we got them popping in here, man. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, here we go.
$5 from South Texas. I'm here to collect on our bet. Better scoring defense, Texas or OU at the end of the season. 10-20. No.
Well, you ain't telling. I didn't make that bet.
No, we got a bet. We got a bet here. Better scoring defense, Texas or OU at the end of the regular season. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go back and look at this bet and make sure that that's correct. But hey, we do have to talk about these defensive rankings. Scoring defense. Yeah, you're probably a little better than 23rd. Yeah, because you played a shit ass schedule. Trash ass freaking Texas. Get out of here. I will get it done. Look, it sounds to me we got a lot of stuff to talk about though, but yes, South Texas will work that out. Let's see. The regular season is over. Had to stop the bleeding. T Boomer says, "Welcome in, T Boomer. Welcome in, South Texas. Thank you for the super chat." SDR, my gut says it's Faulkner. He says, Jimmy's in here. Jimmy Satterfield, Coach Ricks. Thank you, Coach Ricks, for coming in. Let's see. He said, "Good morning, Big Mike," and of course, my brother Jason. Welcome in. Welcome in, Sooner fans. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. We got a full house in here. It looks like it's starting to fill up good. Benji, welcome in. Welcome in.
So let me ask you this. So I know we made we had a prediction bet. I feel like the end score, your merch was pretty safe. Did anybody come close? I'm pretty sure everybody had Oklahoma winning.
Everybody pretty much had Oklahoma winning. I think, I don't know though. Actually, a couple of people might have picked. We had somebody in here from Texas that picked against them, so it could have been.
So are we playing? Are we playing like Price is Right rules? Like you can't go over, you got to be under.
Yeah, I don't really have any real rules. I mean, I guess we can make them up as we go. Right? I mean, you know what I mean? It could be that. I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll kind of see. But tell me what you were thinking about. I mean, the game obviously, and it looked so good to start with. You know what I mean? The defense gets a touchdown, which, by the way, is, we're talking about scoring defenses that score points, which I could, be that guy and be like, that's what I was talking about. Oklahoma, of course, leading the SEC, and they are number 4 in the country in defensive touchdowns. Second in the country, number 4. With 4 defensive touchdowns, that's number 1 in the conference as well. So it is kind of what it is. But yeah, lots of stuff to talk about as far as the rest of the league, rest of the country as well. We'll get into all that. Coach Ricks, thank you for the super chat. Big Ten fined both schools $100,000 for their melee and
that's
Columbus.
it.
Yeah, man.
Well, we got more for storming the field.
Yeah, well, and the crazy thing about it was like, didn't really see. I don't know if I didn't really see anybody from Ohio State, any of the Ohio State kids getting pepper sprayed. It seemed like it was just Michigan players that got pepper sprayed to me, but I could be wrong. But
that was crazy. We were actually eating lunch. My wife and I with the Dents, and when that was happening, it was pretty crazy.
Well, and then Florida State had it happen in their game too, and then obviously, the coaches almost threw down in that one.
Yeah, I like that. That's what I want to see. That's what I'm here for.
Norvell was all up in Billy's face, and Billy wasn't really liking it, but it was pretty good stuff, right? Did you? Okay, you saw a video that showed OSU players getting sprayed too. I hadn't seen that one yet. I basically only seen it from Michigan guys, of course. And the thing is this, to be honest with you, this flag planting stuff's getting kind of stupid. You're expecting, and I mean, as far as like Ohio State was in such, they were so dead set on not, where the hell was that fight during the game?
Yeah.
Why aren't you defending the shoe better than that during the football game? You know what I mean? But, hey, I don't know, man. This is kind of wild. Oh, we do have high top sports recruiting. He's a Florida guy. You could pop in for a second, man. We'll pop you in for just a second. Let me toss you the link here. And yeah,
so
but
I didn't see the Florida State stuff.
I
feel like I missed a lot, Saturday being at the game or whatever, because I didn't have no service in there, man, and my phone was like completely like I was disconnected from the net, so I missed out on a lot. I gotta catch up on.
Okay, well that's cool. I mean, there's a lot to catch up on, and we'll talk through it because I mean, shit, it was going on everywhere.
I know
it was going on everywhere, but it was, the funny part is that, well, then of course Texas, they waited till after A&M left the field and then went out there stomping on their logo and stuff like that, and cops were running them off. But I mean, kind of weak sauce of Texas to do it that way. I mean, come on, man. And then who was it? Makuba was yelling at the cop, "Don't touch me" and shit like that, which I thought was lame. But
take after his head coach.
What's that?
He takes after his head coach.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because we know Sark, don't be putting your paws on him. He didn't like being felt up right before the freaking Alamo Bowl that game, huh? That was pretty funny shit. I've never seen it. It's like Sark might have been he's a little uptight there before the game. The guy was touching him a little much, man, but it was pretty funny. Yes, obviously, guys, we'll talk as much as we can, and I'm going to keep on popping in there. And as soon as you guys see something that comes in quickly, I mean, if you see anything before I do, let me know what you're seeing here. But real quick, I know, we could talk a lot about the game, but I want to hear about the tailgating experience as well. How did you guys get there in time to enjoy some of the festivities around that?
Yeah, so we walked around. It was pretty dope. I saw some good spreads, man. Like, on the south side, like they had their RVs and stuff, and it was right up next to the stadium, man. They had big sound systems, playing a lot of music. I seen personal shit, like a chef, like cooking stuff, like up, whatever they were cooking. There was a chef in his own little hibachi style thing, getting it in. I don't know what he was cooking. But yeah, dude, it was pretty wild. They did a good job down there, man. The north side of the stadium, because we kind of came into the south side where the OU players got off, and then we just kind of walked around the stadium, and the north side of the stadium was popping too, man. They had like a full blown, like legit concert. Shit. Up there. Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
They get down in Death Valley, man.
They
up and partying, huh?
I don't want to give away too much, because I got my top 5 with Sooner Legends this afternoon. So I don't want to give away too much. But yeah, man, the Mike the Tiger exhibit was pretty cool. Somebody, we were talking about it with somebody Friday night, and they said, like, yeah, don't be surprised. It's really small. You're gonna be, you're gonna be upset how small. Shit, dude, he had a big ass enclosure. I grew up around the Henry Dorley Zoo up in Omaha, and that was pretty big, dude. Like for a college and like university, like, yeah, he had a nice spread in there, man. He had a lot of room to run. He was up moving around, just kind of. I got some cool pictures, man. Yeah, that was pretty cool though.
The LSU Tiger.
Yeah.
Right on, man. All right. And hey, welcome into the show from High Top Sports Recruiting, the professor, Cody Sprague. What's up, my guy?
What's up, man?
Hey, are you any relation to the And1 professor from like the basketball mixtape?
Oh, yeah.
Not, unfortunately not.
All right.
Oh, I thought you had some handles like that, bro. Come on, man.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
You could have just lied.
Yeah, I wish. Busy time in recruiting right now. Busy.
Hey man, I know you've been in on that, but you got to tell us about this game. I mean, obviously, look, Florida, for everything that we expected going into the season, what a turnaround! End off the
bye week,
beat the brakes off of freaking Florida State, of course. But you got to tell me about Billy and Norvell, man. What the fuck?
Hey, if they fought, who are you picking to win? Who are you taking?
Oh, Billy for sure. He done beat Dabo's ass.
Yeah.
That's why he fired from Clemson.
Norvell's pretty scrappy, dude. He seems pretty scrappy.
I think Billy's he's a quiet one. That's the one you got to worry about.
Damn. So what? I mean, what's you guys' take on all these damn flag plantings, though? I mean, what the?
I don't. They've been doing it for years. I think it's just more. You know how the media likes to spin stuff. I think it's just kind of more honed in now. We have Stephen Harris. He was part of the national championship team for Florida. He was a defensive lineman, and they planted flags all the freaking time, and nobody said nothing about it. So it's just to keep, college football is very good at keeping their name in the cycle of being, trending on Twitter and top on Sports Center. I really think that that's kind of what it's about. They can fine them. It's whatever. They can fine them $200,000 or $300,000. I liked it. If you don't want somebody to plant a flag in your home field, beat them. Beat the brakes off them.
Well, that was what we were saying a little while ago about the Ohio State-Michigan deal, is that this showed a hell of a lot more fight at the 50-yard line than they did during the fucking football game.
That's bad. That's a culture problem is what that is.
Yeah. And I mean, I guess we could talk a little bit about that too. I mean, obviously now Norvell, that's the other wild thing was
what was the beef between Norvell and Napier? Did it come out? Do we know what they were arguing about? Or was the fight?
It was. Well, here's the thing: is we've pillaged their recruiting class the last couple days right before the game, and Billy Napier had a couple of them drop literally before the game. So I'm sure he was not happy about that. But it's your in-state rival. I mean, you can't tell me that Oklahoma would not do that to Texas, and Texas would not do that to Oklahoma. I mean, that's what it's about. Like this, that's what the rivalry week. That's what makes it so special. It doesn't matter what the record is. You're gonna have just look at Texas A&M and Texas. I mean, just a juggernaut of a fight.
Yeah.
Baker did it. Baker's like the originator, bud.
Yeah. Oh no. Listen, I'm not. And I think that's now it's getting to the point. Like, well, in Texas, come out with they had a Baker jersey and skewered it and did their little flag plant at the Cotton Bowl. Of course, they waited till Oklahoma was off the field to do that shit too.
That's probably the smarter way to do it, but
yeah, and that's that's how Texas did with Aggie as well. They waited on Aggie to leave the field, and then they went out there to go. And they didn't plant a flag. They were out there trying to tear up the logo or whatever with their cleats and shit. And it's kind of gay.
It's for TV, but you guys got to understand too, as regional as recruiting gets, your baseline of players are all from that pipeline area, and those kids play each other all the time. They've played each other since Pop Warner, and you can't tell me that there's some bad blood rivalries between some of these kids. Coming from Florida is a very, for as many talented players that come out of there, it's very condensed, right? Texas, same way. As many talented players in Texas and Oklahoma. And now that these 7-on-7 teams are playing against each other, there's a lot more travel ball. These kids are playing the best athletes all the time.
And
they know. And that builds friendships, but it also builds rivalries.
Sure it does. And especially when the recruiting shit goes on, I mean, the guys that are getting recruited by Texas and Oklahoma, when they're at Oklahoma, they're throwing the horns down and shit like that. I mean, that gets in the pictures. You see a lot of that kind of stuff going down. I mean, it is what it is. And I think that it's fine. I don't really have a huge problem with it. In fact, it's entertaining. It's pretty wild that hey, I'll tell you what, the North Carolina State one, though, turned into pretty crazy, Willow, right? I mean, taking the flag away and throwing it into the stands, and then some old man goes up there and he comes down ready to whip that player's ass, or get his ass whipped, I should say. It's wild, man. Just wilding out.
Hey, listen, college football is wild. An Alabama guy poisoned some trees at Auburn about 20 years ago. Let's not forget how fanatical this thing
Roll
is.
Tide. Hell yeah.
I'm here for it, man. As long as it doesn't turn into the NBA where everybody's friends and shit. Like,
Yeah.
let's keep it that way, dude. I can't stand the NBA for that.
Could you imagine doing that? I mean, like you had UTEP on one side, and then you had New Mexico, UNM, north of there. Could you imagine like buddying up with those dudes?
No, it would never happen.
No,
it would never happen.
No,
never happen.
Welcome into the show,
okay
Marcus Dent. Looks like he's coming in from the hunt.
I'm going, bro. Going later on, bro.
Oh yeah, what you going to kill?
Flag.
Huh?
What you going to kill?
Man, we're going out here and tracking these deer right now, bro.
Oh, okay.
Baby boy be home whenever he come home. We'll be ready to go.
Freaking hell yeah! Oh yeah, and then the ASU Sun Devil, and we're talking about all these fights and shit that happened this weekend.
I saw a lot of that, man.
Wilding out, right? I mean, wilding out.
Yeah, that's a good
man. I'm gonna tell you,
compilation.
a lot of that stuff is kind of brung on, man, from years past, and people don't know it. I think like the Florida deal. I think Florida did something last year. Florida State did something to Florida last year, and a lot of this stuff is spill over stuff. Yeah,
they have a some kind of stupid tradition where they cut your logo out of the turf. They use scissors and cut, and then they bury it in a cemetery or something. It's kind of some voodoo wacky shit, and then they carried around the gator head with like an arrow through it or something. When they beat us last year, which fine, whatever. You guys beat us fair and square. But when you do shenanigans like that, just be prepared. Okay.
Yeah.
My biggest thing is like I'm for the beef and I'm for the little squabbles, but like, it's kind of like an East Coast West Coast thing, or maybe like a New Mexico State UNM thing. As long as it don't turn deadly, like off the field, like I'm okay with it. But there's got to be a line that
kind of did it. New Mexico State and UNM last year.
Oh no, it did. That's what I'm talking about. It did turn deadly. Like somebody got shot because of that.
Yeah, man. It was all over. They had a fight at the football game. There was a big fight, and then they
basketball players in the stands.
Basketball players were squabbling in the stands, and then they go up there for the game in Albuquerque. After that, I was covering the whole thing, and there's video of the whole deal. So this chick is trying to hook up with one of the players from New Mexico State.
She said it was a setup.
Lures him to the dorms. Next thing you know, all these dudes are coming out there with pipes and all this stuff to fuck him up, and he takes off and they start shooting at him. He starts shooting at them, and the ambush guys are the ones that got killed. But then New Mexico State, of course, they were like trying to cover the shit up. They lost the basketball program for most of the year because of that shit.
Yeah, that was dumb. That was dumb.
Wild.
Hey, what happened to Big Mike? He incognito today?
I'm on the road, bro. I'm on the road.
Oh, you're on the road. Okay.
Still,
I rather flag planting. I think it's still safer than rushing the field. I don't like the rushing the field thing. I'm sorry. If I'm a football coach, I do not want fans near my players. Not happening. Unrestricted, no.
Facts. No. And I mean, we saw what was it, 2 years ago or maybe last year? I don't remember if it was last year. Maybe last year.
Didn't somebody get hurt? A football player got hurt?
Well, Texas went to Texas Tech, and those dickheads were out there. They rushed the field when they beat them. It was 2 years ago, and one of this big old chubby kid comes running by and knocks into one of the freaking players, like purposely throws his shoulder into him and keeps on running, And I mean, those players could have beat the brakes off that dumbass.
And who's going to get in trouble? The players.
You remember a long time ago when LeGarrette Blunt stole on some dude? I think it was Boise State. You don't remember that?
I remember that when he was at Oregon.
LeGarrette Blunt banged on his big ass. Wow.
Yeah. Oh,
it went down.
The Boise State knockout. Hell yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that. Well, and then of course last year you had the big brawl between. I mean, they caught that Michigan player running through the wrong part of the damn hallway and beat the shit out of the Michigan State guys. They were trying to kill that guy, man.
Hey, look, guys, stuff like that happens. I know one time we was playing. And I want to say we was playing Howard, University or something. It was, like I said, it was a long, long time ago. We was playing in what they call a Circle City Classic in Indianapolis. And one of our players, and back then they used to have a big concert. It was Heavy D and the Boys, Public Enemy, a whole bunch of people, you know. So it was a big concert. It was like 71,000 at the game. And that's a big crowd, you know, back then for HBCU. But anyway, we had one guy got on the elevator with 3 other guys from the other school. And they lit him up, bro. They lit him up.
Wrong
So,
elevator.
Yeah, wrong elevator, dude. You just like, hey, man, I kissed the next one. You don't do nothing like that, especially after a loss. Come on, bro.
Facts.
Yeah. I mean, shit, I almost didn't get to play my rivalry game against New Mexico. As we was walking out to do the coin toss, they were standing right there, and they like tried to sweat us as we was walking out. And I got a personal foul before the game even started. You know what I mean? I thought I was gonna get kicked out. My head coach come over and said, he's like, he might not play. I'm like, what? He's like, that dude come rushing me, and I headbutted his ass. And he's like, yeah, I think you got a personal foul for fighting. I was like, God damn it. I was like, it was my last college game. You know what I mean? I almost missed my last college game because that game was supposed to be played on 9/11, that weekend that 9/11 happened. So it got canceled. It got canceled and put to the end of the year.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. That shit happens. UTEP, we mix it up with UTEP all the time too, man.
Well, and that's 40 miles away, man. That happened. There was fights between Aggies and UTEP folks
at
like
the club all the time.
All the time. Mexico, down in Mexico, at the club in El Paso, everywhere.
Hey, it's nothing like a good rivalry, as long as it doesn't, go deadly. Like Jackson State and Alcorn they call it the Soul Bowl. And it's not but like, man, maybe 50 miles from each other.
Mm-hmm.
And bro, I remember we used to get into it with the guys, but man, we still, a lot of those guys were still our friends because we went to school with a lot of them, man.
Right.
Yeah, it was a hated rivalry, man. You hate each other, but yet and still, man, you got to have some kind of control about the situation. Sure, and nowadays kids, they can't take an ass whooping, bro. That's just in real life. They can't take an ass whooping.
Yeah, we got in a fight our last Pee Wee game during travel ball. Travel ball.
Pee-wee, 7-on-7, bro. I didn't see them all.
Dude,
10 years old. Yeah, they took it.
Basketball. Those fights happen more often. I got in a fight with, and Money, Big Mike. We threw down on the basketball court during a game between Artesia and Roswell when I was a freshman. I was a freshman. And we were in Roswell. That could have got my ass hurt. No doubt about it. But it happens, man. It happens for sure.
U10. Yeah, we play this travel rec team from Indianapolis, and they, like, a lot of people don't like them because they take kids from other programs.
Those programs all the time.
Shit. And we don't. We have guidelines because we play for the school. They're obviously, like, the regular season doesn't matter, but when we start playing travel ball, there's two teams that do that, and we beat them. Which we probably shouldn't because they were way better than us. But we beat them, and we had throwdown. Yeah, 10-11. It was U10 to U11, and we were. We had kids swinging for the fences. Bubby got in a big fight, almost kicked out because their running back kind of dashed out of bounds, and then they hit him out of bounds. And Milan was standing right there. He plays middle linebacker and just blasted the kid out of bounds. And it was like a whole thing. And I'm like, dude, you can't do that. And there's like 30 seconds left of the game.
My daughter, whenever we were playing, she was playing softball. And we were in a tournament in Las Cruces, as a matter of fact. And be damned. And she didn't even like it. She hated softball. And this chick beamed her ass like twice because she'd hit a couple of good shots or whatever. But they were trying to intimidate her or whatever. And the second time she hit her, she's standing on first, and the first baseman starts saying something to her or whatever, and I'm in the dugout, and I turned, and and then I heard screaming, and I turned around, and she's just on top of the freaking first baseman, beating the shit out of her.
Nice.
And that's not really how she was, man. I was just like, what the?
I'll tell you what. You want to see some fights? Go to like a rivalry game, women's high school soccer. Oh my God, it's as dirty as it comes.
Hey, women are like sneaky, more aggressive than men sometimes, bro.
Yes, they
Like
are. man.
they'll get after it, dude. I used to play, so I've never been elbowed.
Oh, it's all breaking up there,
Hey,
Mike.
listen, bro. We was playing against this girl. Oh, you got me in my back?
Nah, you're back. You're back. You're back. I got you. Can you hear us? Hello.
Go ahead.
He must be going through a dead spot.
Yeah, he's in a dead spot.
Yeah.
I know.
he'll
Hop
come
back
back.
up.
No, we can hear you, man. Can you hear us?
Oh, yeah, I got y'all.
Okay. Go ahead. Say it again. What happened? We're about to go into
No,
some
I
other
just
stuff.
saying.
Go ahead.
We was playing basketball, and we was running down the court, and it was co-ed in my Army team, and this girl was a college basketball player, former college basketball player. Bro, she caught me slipping with an elbow right underneath the rib. Like kidney shot at me, dude. Almost crumpled me, bro. Almost crumpled me. I wanted to fight. I wanted to fight her ass, bro.
Oh, man. She probably whooped your ass.
Hey, she sneaked me, bro. She snuck me, bro. It hurt like hell.
You can't make a woman mad. It's like Crossan says, don't piss those women off, man. They will get you.
I tell you, the worst fight I ever tried to break up was a woman fight, bro.
Oh, bro, dude, you get hurt doing that shit.
That's like two pit bulls going at it. Just
look, I mean,
figure it out.
They don't stop, bro. They don't stop. They don't stop.
Get a hold of hair and shit like that. I mean, unless the hair comes out, they ain't letting go.
Yeah,
it's like a pit bull. You're right. It is kind of like two pit bulls getting into it. They're gonna latch on and it ain't quitting.
Yeah.
Woo. My ex-wife was kind of like that. She was wild, man. She throw down quick. Woo, man. Damn.
Yeah. My first wife was like that. That's why we're not together.
Yeah.
Couldn't take her nowhere.
Ditto. Same.
You've been kicked out of JC Penney's? Boy, I have.
Oh, Professor. All right. Shout out to Jalen Redmond from OU last night, killing it, man, for the Vikings. He looked really good. Really good, man. Love him. Love seeing that stuff. Yeah, and AAU basketball, oh, dude. I could tell you some stories about some of that too, man. We're getting way off of track, but
yeah,
I think at some point it gets a little dangerous, and I think he's got a little over the line. And Coach Ricks had put up another super chat talking about Franklin and the coach. He called him weak. Thank you, Coach Ricks, for the super chat. Calling the I guess that would have been Mike Loxley that he was doing that from the coach from Maryland, right? So he was giving him shit, calling him weak, which is wild. I mean, and Loxley, I remember him. He used to coach at he was coaching at New Mexico before he ended up at Alabama. You know, he didn't. So that's pretty wild. I mean, it's I tell you, I don't know what got into everybody over the weekend. Obviously the rivalry and all that other kind of stuff, but to me, I mean, again, I'll just say this about Ohio State. First off, is there any way that Ryan Day survives losing the fourth time in a row, and this time to a shitty freaking Michigan team?
I don't think so.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. I was expecting to see him get canned already. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Well, they have the bowl game. Are they in the playoff?
They don't.
Well, they're in the playoff. They're going to be in the playoff, and we're going to talk a little bit about that in a little bit too. But he better win the whole thing, though. You can't lose to your rival 4 years in a row like that. Not in that rivalry.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Who do you go get?
Like, he gotta go.
Yeah, I think he's got to go too.
You got to get a guy, and you got to go get a guy that's going to just completely transform that program, because what Ryan Day is doing.
They got him on staff already. He's on their staff.
Who's that?
Heartline.
It could be Heartline, but I'm hearing they're talking about some of these other guys though too that it could be. In fact, it was I was watching what's his name? Shit. Minister Sports. I love that show, by the way. They're wild. But he was the old receivers coach there for Urban.
Alex Smith, Coach Smith.
Yeah. Smith. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, he was he was getting pretty drunk, but they had a hell of a show on Saturday, and they were all talking about it. And I mean, he's a fan of Ryan David. He's like, they got to get it. I think he has to go. And there's some different guys that they talked about that would be the next guys, up and comers and stuff like that. Would it possibly be? I could see it maybe being somebody like I don't know that they go back to. I don't think that they right now. I think if had it been a couple of years ago, they probably go back with Wisconsin's coach. Damn it, man! I'm freaking losing my brain today. Vrabel is going to be who it is. I think it's going to end up being Vrabel.
I think it's going to be Vrabel too. And if that happens, boy, watch out.
I mean, why wouldn't you do it? Yeah, be very afraid of that one because he's a hell of a coach, right?
Yeah.
Marcus Freeman could also be in there. Yeah. Luke Fickell, that's who I was looking for. I think that there's some Ohio State fans that would like to see Freeman, but I don't know that it's going to be Freeman unless if he wins the Natty this year, which I think that they can win the Natty. Then I could see that happening. But I think that their first choice, they're going to make Vrabel tell them no, and I don't think he tells them no. I think he parked himself in Cleveland just in case, right?
Where's he at now?
He's at
the Browns.
He's a Browns coach, an assistant, but he's
Not
only there for why he's there.
Yeah. Waiting out.
I don't know. I can see that going down. Obviously, we need to talk a little bit about this gig. The finalists, and we're hearing that it's coming anytime. It could be at any point. Finalists for this OC position. You had a lot of guys that ended up hitting the portal yesterday, which really kind of signaled, and it was offensive guys that you saw. Marcus Harris, Petaway. Obviously Harris is a decommit. 4-star wide receiver. And also you had the other Harris kid. It looks like they were also going to lose him as well. And then, of course, Jaquez Petaway entering the transfer portal. I don't know that that's necessarily just about whoever the new OC is going to be. I think it's I think that was more of probably them not playing him and whatever's going on there. I think Petaway, everybody's expected so much out of him, and for him to not really get playing time over guys like Jacob Jordan, you could kind of see this coming. You know, you could kind of see this coming. So I don't know exactly what happened. He looked great in the game against Tennessee. He had a drop in early on in the Auburn game, and you didn't see him again. He was on a milk carton. So you could kind of see this coming. But I think that there's obviously going to be quite a few more defections for coming up. But from what I'm hearing, we should know who this offensive coordinator is today. I've got a couple of guys that have told me, guys that have never really steered me wrong. One of them lives in New Orleans, that saying that he thinks pretty much it looks like it's going to be, and obviously they're down to 3. It's going to be either Ben Arbuckle from Washington State, who's also been linked to Utah, Joe Craddock from Tulane, and then Buster Faulkner from Georgia Tech, which that would be my least favorite. But those are the guys getting the most play right now.
Well, let me ask you this. So Craddock, and I don't know this to be true, guys. It's just me hearing through the wave, and this might be totally off base. But I heard he wanted to bring some guys with him, and his offensive line coach was one of them. So that. I think
that was one of the early things that were said. I think that was one of the things that kind of. I don't think that he's under any illusion, though, that it would be. I don't think he's under any illusion that they're going to fire Bill Bedenbaugh. I think Coach Venables has made that clear. He's not.
So I know. I'm just saying. I know that.
I mean, if he does, we're looking for a offensive line coach. So
I'm sure you are, and so you and every other SEC school. would scoop him up immediately. He wouldn't make it a day without having a job somewhere else.
Like I've said before, bro, it'd be 0.37 seconds before Beanbo would be hired. From the moment he got fired, the moment he got hired, and he's going right to Alabama.
Well, yeah, they've tried to hire him 3 times in the past 6 years. They tried to hire. They tried to hire him when they got Kyle Flood. They tried to hire him when Kyle Flood went with Sark, and they tried to hire him again last year. He doesn't have he doesn't have any desire to leave. And I don't think, obviously with this recruiting class, they're not going to let him go anywhere. And if you're the new offensive coordinator, why would you want to do that and lose this recruiting class, the recruiting class from last year, and the recruiting class from the year before? You've got 3 solid classes that, the 2 years prior to Brent Venables getting here, they only put 5 guys total in 2 years coming in. Which is why you have this lull in there was a discrepancy in the amount of guys that had, obviously that had experience and, obviously ready to play the position, is particularly in the SEC. But I think that we look great right now for the 24K class. And I'm glad you're in here to talk about that, Marcus. Is you got some dogs on that offensive line class. And I mean, Professor, that, from being a recruiting guy, Isaiah Autry, Dent, your son, obviously, then you've got, hey man, Eddie Pierre-Louis. These are 2 monsters that are just, you've got 4 of them that were just unbelievably good. We're expecting lots of things out of them, right?
Yeah. I think, I think they're a great class. I think they've grown together. I think they're a tight-knit bunch. It's going to be interesting to see how the spring, rolls out. Every man for himself and God for us all. That's how I look at it, baby. You got to go in with the mindset of, hey, it's our time. I preach that to Isaiah and any other kid, that comes through my program. When you get your shot, you got to make the best of it, and you got to go in. And I think this class, I think they're athletic enough to make a big difference from what we have been missing. And not to none of the other guys' fault. It's just like you said, you only had 5 guys in 2 years in that little period of time. So.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't nothing they did wrong or anything. It just, the depth has been low. And hopefully we'll have it next year where we could rotate some guys in and stay fresh out there. That's what I would like to see. Of course, it's just an opinion. Sure. But I would like to see us just wear people down because we got enough bodies to wear you down with.
Absolutely.
I think we got
competitive depth is the word around around the SEC. You got to have it. You got to have it everywhere. I mean, we made it into a drinking game since Brent Venables showed up. When we say that word, we take a drink.
Yeah.
Because you just got to have it. Particularly,
I mean, look, in every team has attrition. We're on DB 5, 6, 7, and 8 that are starting for us on the depth chart. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Grimsley from the Alabama kid. Yeah, that's a freshman.
Don't bitch about Denson. 5, 6, 7, and 8. We're at least that deep, bro.
You know what I mean? But they're starting. They're starting because everybody else is hurt in the DB room. It's just, hey, sometimes it's the injury bug's going to catch you on the offensive line. They'll catch you on the defensive line. One year they'll catch you on the wide receiver room.
7 top receivers this year as well. It's been a tough year, injury wise for sure for Oklahoma. But even when healthy, I think that this has an opportunity to be with the 3 classes, just the last 3 classes, this one coming up, and if you add Michael Fasusi into this group and Ryan Foji and, love what we're seeing from, Darius Afalava looks like a dog, straight up dog. These are guys that are going to make a big impact as well. But, don't sleep on the 24K class, because just because they may not have been 5-star guys, they were 5-star talent. We know all about, all about what happens with these recruiting services and what they do with these guys. And there's a crazy story that happened with Isaiah. Just, they were locked in. They had all these offers. They decided that they were going with Oklahoma, and all of a sudden he drops to a 3-star. You know what I mean? Because they decided not to go to camps anymore and stuff like that. And I mean, this is just the little stupid things that we've talked about this in the past plenty of times. It's one of those.
Yeah, we didn't camp for a whole year.
Yeah.
I mean, we trained, but we didn't camp. You see what I'm saying? And we went, we went to Atlanta. We trained with a couple guys over there that had some NFL guys. But I mean, it's and it's sad that happens, but it does. One of it, he had turf toe, so we kind of we didn't want that to flare back up. And then the other way, it was just, like, if you know where you want to go and you've already said, okay, I'm going here. Sure. Why do you need to go to a Under Armour or anything like that? And I work for one of those companies.
Sheldon Terry told the high top guys that you get stars based on your offers anyway. I mean, they don't get to see everybody. Yeah. So you're going to tell me that if Brian Hartline is recruiting you, you're automatically a high 4-star, if not a 5-star, if Brian Hartline is recruiting you.
Home life.
It's part of it, bro. It's part
home
of
life
it.
is in there. Like what do you know about like the kid's home life? What are you talking about?
He's listening to the coaches and stuff that are saying this and that and whatever. But that's the thing is it's not a real science anymore, and we already knew that anyway. It comes down to money and different shit like that, right?
Well, he started all 3 of them, the big 3. He started them, and he sold them off. He started Rivals, and it's now in the tank. Nobody takes it serious. 247, he started.
Mm-hmm.
And then now he's starting on 3.
A lot of them are defecting from there.
Yeah, and where are all the 247 guys, the good ones guys going?
When Steve Winfong left, and some of the other guys that I know that I've dealt with, when I was with the All-American Bowl, FBU, at that time, I knew it was coming. When Barton Simmons left and went to Vandy, man, that started the whole downfall of that system. But I'm not gonna say downfall. It started to defect. Put it like that, to defect. People started going to on 3 kind of like after that happened. But I still got a lot of good friends in not Roberts, but in 24/7, man. And,
sure.
They doing what they can do, But like I said, you got one person who started all 3 of them. It's just like you got Rich McGinnis, who started the All-American Bowl in San Antonio, the Army All-American Bowl, and then when he sold it and NBC and everything bought it out, he had a non-compete for, I think it was 3 years, and then he brought the Army All-American Bowl back. That's the same thing that guy did. And I worked for the Army All-American Bowl. Right. It just that 3-year non-compete, man, and boom. You don't know, in 3 years you might see another site.
Right.
Yep.
And you know what, Benji? You know why you can say that Nick Anderson was elite? Because on 37 catches, he had 10 touchdowns. That's why.
I mean, Jaden Jackson was a 3-star for a long time.
Yeah, he was, man. And then he started getting some pub,
450
playing at IMG.
Yeah, at IMG.
Yeah, if that guy's not a 5-star, started from game 1, has played all the way through, wild.
I don't know what is.
Yeah.
He hasn't played this year, Benji. Yeah, we know, but he's an elite receiver. He's an elite talent. That's the point.
I'll say this: if there's anywhere that you can lose most of your players and go and grab them in the portal, and it kind of seemingly fits, wide receiver and running back. It seems like those two you can go and get. I mean, Florida's done it. A couple other teams have done it. We got Dykes and Badger. and they were our leading receivers this year. So if you're worried about some of this portal stuff happening, of got wide receivers going, you might go get the kid from FIU. That's a stud. He's in the portal now.
There's lots of them out there, man. And I mean, right now you saw Micah Hudson hit the portal yesterday. Or he announced that he's going to be in the portal. Another 5-star guy that, originally was looking like he was going to be a Texas guy. His dad had played at Texas Tech. EJ actually recruited him to Texas Tech. Then they dropped the big enough bag that when EJ left that he wasn't able to get Micah to go with him, but that's why he got Ivan Carrion to go. And so looking at kind of the way things are, there's that guy. What about the kid up at what's the dude's name? Encarnacion or something, or the kid from NC State, stud, another guy. Yeah, freshman All-American, big time player. Small but explosive. There's gonna be a lot of people running after that kid.
Word on the street is he's going to Kansas, following his brother to Kansas State.
Oh well, we'll see where the money leads. Yeah. We're because I don't know how much we've talked about it since the last couple of weeks, but what we've been hearing is that there's a large infusion of NIL cash on top of what would have been spent, this year anyway, to attract in guys that are difference makers right now. Because you look at this is that right now if you're not an elite defense, you're on the borderline of elite. And all it's going to take to really compete in this league is to have a special offense, or not even a special offense, a decent offense. So,
and
put some plays together.
We can't forget that the portal reopens for players of a team that coaches get fired. So say Ryan Day gets fired, Ohio State ain't keeping all that talent. I'm telling you right now. I don't care who they get.
They're not going to, even if he doesn't.
I know there's rumblings about the Freeze 4, the elite 4 wide receivers that Hugh Freeze brought into Auburn.
Yeah.
There might be a couple of them hitting the portal. But listen, if you're in need for some wide receivers,
I've been hearing about that. I've been hearing Cam Coleman maybe one of them too.
Yeah.
So there's going to be difference makers out there. There's difference makers, in the portal at a lot of positions. I think that if you're probably looking at, we're talking difference makers like edge rushers that you can go and get, that like what you saw at South Carolina this year.
A little harder.
Yeah, guys like that. Or
well guys, you got to think about this too now. We got different makers that people are going to go after. We got to make sure we keep those kids too.
Absolutely. There's, you
got a guy like R. Mason. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm not saying I'm in this world. I have a 7-on-7 team. I recruit for nationally. I understand what's going on. I talk to agents. I know what's going on.
Fact.
I get and there are a lot of kids that are going to be poached.
Tampering.
And the poaching is going on right now. So, and I'm not just talking about Oklahoma. I'm talking about every school in the country. You better take care of your home guys because you can look up and they can be gone.
Well, and
look at Trevor Etienne last year.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, and the bottom line is this: is that we've been talking about this basically since all this got started. And the coaches know it. Your first job is you got to be recruiting your team at all times, your roster. Mm-hmm. And now you've got the change on the roster limits, which is going from. I get it that not in the SEC, it's not, but you can have 105 scholarship guys. But apparently in the SEC, it's going to be 85. But that basically drops it down. Most programs have anywhere from 130 to 100 or 120 to 130 players in the program. That's probably not going to work out. You're adding what? How many guys are in this recruiting class that we've got right now? Like 25 guys. It feels like somewhere in that neighborhood. That means you got to open up roster spots. There's going to be some hemorrhaging, folks. Flat out.
Oh, you already saw it. That receiver that decommitted, that pretty much, from what I read, what's his name, James?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I pretty much read that was a that was an Oklahoma decision to go a different route, you know,
Which
and start
happens.
trying to
Who are you talking about? Who's saying this?
get these bigger body receivers.
Yeah. Well, Petaway was clear. I think something was up with Jaquez. There must have been something going on, because for them to not use him at all when, you know, he's a top 100 guy, there was so much expected from him. I've heard things about maybe he didn't know the playbook. I've heard things about maybe he just got in the doghouse. I've also heard some things that it had something to do with Latrell. I don't know, right? But you have to expect that some of it is going to be what it is. You have to allow it to hemorrhage, and because this is just this is new college football. Now, that starts messing with your, you know, what Marcus was just talking about. If you don't make sure that these guys that are important to your future, like your offensive linemen, take care of them. R. Mason Thomas, you better pay his ass. The guy leads the SEC in sacks.
Yeah, I think they are. They are.
Sure.
They're working it already, man. I'm telling you that right now. They're already working.
What did I miss, man? I had to go to the door. So what now?
No, I was saying, I was just kind of repeating what you were saying. Is it's one thing. I mean, I think that you have to be aggressive in the portal. We've heard some things of you know, we were talking about this on Coach Rich's show yesterday. From what I understand, there could be an influx of Clemson talent that could be headed to Norman as well. You know, that's going to be obviously defensive help as well. But I think that you better make sure that you are locking in your trench guys that you have right now. And I think that they are.
Yeah, they are.
That's clear.
I'm telling you they are.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, they are.
It's not all bad though, because I think that's what's given the parity to college football is some of this stuff. It's unfortunate, but I think the way that some of these head coaches that recruit, like BV, like Napier, like others, they know the fundamentals is coming from the high school, and you got to keep those guys. That's your core, and you supplement with the transfer portal. You can go the FSU route of all transfer portal, and not. You can. No, you can. We've seen it, and you can go get a hot quarterback. Miami's did it. You go get a hot quarterback, and you can have one splash season, and then you could be 2-10.
Well, now hold on, and even like right now, you're looking at, and we need to probably get into a little bit of this as well. Let's just be real. You know, the big plays in the portal where it's that nutty that you're completely wholesale, like kind of what Ole Miss did. What did that do for Ole Miss?
Nothing. They were just as good as they were last year.
They're probably not going to make it in. I mean, their talent was there, but how much is going to be, you know, is it going to turn into what they wanted it to turn into? And if that's the case, if they don't end up getting there, because they're not, I mean, what happens then?
Let me tell you what I heard from that program.
Go ahead.
What they're going to do now, instead of going to get one and done guys, they're going to get redshirt freshmen and sophomores that they feel like could be around for 3 years and pay them and get them to come. Because having a one and done season it didn't work for them.
No.
And sometimes you need a little bit more time to get those kids acclimated to your system.
They had some ready-made dudes to go and ball out right now. I mean, you know, they made some additions. I mean,
if you break down Ole Miss, right? I get it. Jackson Dartson's last year. You try to go and do the best you can with a proven quarterback that you felt comfortable with.
Backup.
But listen, you know, Lane Kiffin recruits well in the quarterback position, so that's not going to be a problem. So I think they're a little bit more sustainable than like an FSU or like a Miami. But I think that it's you gotta ride the line, and it's razor thin.
Well, and let's talk about that. I mean, look, everybody talked about it. Was Urban Meyer said it's the best team talent-wise in the history of Ohio State, and they got 2 losses. They're going to get to the playoff, unless they win the whole thing, you do realize that this same guy is the guy that fired Jimbo Fisher at A&M. Mm-hmm. Same AD. They may have brought him in as the hatchet man because he got it done already and bolted.
He won't make it after this playoff. If he don't go deep into the championship game,
I think he's got to win it.
I would hate to see a guy make it to the championship game and get fired.
I mean, how does Ohio State feel that they let a newcomer come in and possibly win the Big Ten their first year in a program like Oregon? Like that's a slap in the face
They're
too.
Gonna beat the shit out of Penn State. Come on.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna beat the shit out of Penn State. You
like
know why? Because they got
and you had a chance
defense. Nasty defense.
And but where have they built? They've built through high school recruiting. They've supplemented in the portal.
Of course. Well, they went and got Dylan Gabriel, who was, it's good to have him as he's got a lot of experience. This is his 7th year in college football. You know what I mean?
They got the kid from UCLA backing him up too.
Dante Moore. Dante Moore, stud, another stud. You know what I mean? But I would just tell you that when you look at it, but who's their big? Hey, Mateo Uyunglele has made a huge impact there, and he's a true sophomore stud, straight up stud. Shout out to Big Dave, man, good friend of the show, Big Dave. Shout out to him and those guys. Can't wait to troll Juice Wells after Ole Miss misses the playoff. Hey, bro, you guys are missing the playoff too. You ain't going to be the one coming in here, stat guy, and telling me that South Carolina is a playoff team, are you? Because we know they're not.
I wouldn't want to play them right now, though. They're hot.
Because Ole Miss did beat y'all's ass.
There's a couple teams I wouldn't want to play right now.
Sure, and they're one of them. They've got the nastiest defensive line.
They're on a burner.
Oh, well, those those edge guys are nasty. Welcome in, Stat. We can get into that in a second, but don't tell me you're that dude. But no, you don't have a better chance than Ole Miss. No, you don't. Ole Miss beat the shit out of Georgia and beat the hell out of you. No. All right. I guess you're going to make us talk about this right now. It doesn't matter. It's not about who you lost to, bro. It's who you beat. And you guys are all right, I'm just going to say this, guys. Bottom line, there's no way that you can have a head-to-head and that you can go up against it. You cannot take BS bullshit analytics or the eye test or who's hot, which is all subjective, and make that be more important than what the fuck happened on the field. And what happened on the field was Ole Miss went and beat you by 24 in Columbia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good.
There's no way. How could you? And as a college football fan, and listen, I understand that this is one of those few years that South Carolina's got a shot. I mean, I get it. And we're talking about beating Kentucky. Are you shitting me? Who cares?
The worst Kentucky team in a long time,
bro. There's no way. They're setting a precedent right now. If they go here, I'm going to tell you right now, you cannot do that. There's no way that you can do it. And if you're a real college football fan, there's no way you really want this.
I think the only precedence they're going to set, Jason, is getting whatever teams they think is going to give the best quality product on the TV screen.
You can't.
I think they set it up.
Listen,
they said it last year when they kicked Florida State out. They should have been in there, but since they didn't have their quarterback, they're like, "You're not going to have a good. You're not going to have a good product. Get out of there."
Why should Florida State have been in there though? Why?
No, I'm not saying they should have. I'm not saying they should have. But I'm saying they come out and said since they didn't have their starting quarterback, that's why they didn't make it. That's the precedence they said.
If they could have completed a forward pass during the Louisville ACC championship game, they may have still made it.
That's not. I'm not talking about how they were on offense.
Relevant.
Well, here's
I'm talking about the precedence they set.
But here's where the difference is. Here's where the difference is. Let me just get this part out, and then you guys can say whatever you want. But let me just say, at its core, college football is defined by results that are on the field. Okay, results that are on the field. There's not there is going to be a fourth SEC team getting in, because especially unless Clemson wins, and Clemson's not winning.
So, Jason, real quick before you go on, what results are you talking about? Past results or predicted future results?
I'm not talking about predicted future. I'm talking about head-to-head. With the absence of if you don't have a head-to-head matchup with these guys, and we're talking South Carolina played Alabama and South Carolina played Ole Miss, and they lost both games. And I don't want to hear about the LSU game. Don't care. I don't want to hear about any of the games that they lost. Bad losses are not more important than the wins that you have head to head. There's no way. If you can tell me that you think that South Carolina is better right now, and I may even believe you. But the truth is, the only thing we know is that you got beat.
But that's what I'm saying, Jason. You're making my point. If the playoff committee believes South Carolina is better, they're going to put them in
over Alabama. You cannot put them over Alabama
that's the precedence. I'm not saying you're right or wrong. I'm just telling you what I think.
No, that's not the same thing as what we saw with Florida State last year. Florida State is in the ACC.
You just said it, Jason. You just said it. The results, past results, they were undefeated, perfect. But the college football committee said that they fucking don't have a quarterback and they're not going to put anything on the field, so they're not in. That's all I'm saying.
They've done that.
Look, what I'm telling you is there's a difference in the ACC and the SEC. And the from last year, who did they play that told you that you had to put Florida State in? Not forget about the Jordan Travis stuff. They didn't play nobody. The ACC was shitty.
But the ACC
I'm not arguing that,
though, man.
I'm not arguing.
They got natties. They got natties. I can see if you was talking about the Sun Belt.
Playoff era. They haven't won one in the playoff era. It wasn't Clemson, and they were. Yes, I get it. They were undefeated, but it wasn't. Look, man, I'm not even saying that I agree with the way it went down. I'm not going to tell you that I do. What I'm going to tell you is there's one thing. It's one thing to make these decisions and be very arbitrary about it between the ACC and the SEC because they're not playing even schedules. I get it. I'm not telling you it was the right thing to do. I'm telling you I understand what you're talking about. But we're talking about a situation where South Carolina has played both of these football teams and lost to both of them.
My personal opinion, they shouldn't get in.
Jason, I agree 100%. They shouldn't get in. But all I'm saying is that the college football committee has shown us and told us that they don't care about that.
I got a question though.
But
if
because
FSU
it wasn't even to where you have look, I'll just read you what the CFP selection is. It goes by strength of schedule. Okay, so that they were able to use the strength of schedule stuff, head-to-head competition, comparative outcomes. This is after head-to-head, it goes comparative outcomes, which is obviously outcomes of common opponents, which in that case, it's not a good thing, without incentivizing the margin of victory, it says. And then other relevant factors such as unavailability of key players and coaches that may have affected a team's performance during the season or likely will affect its postseason performance, which is why they got that's the one that they used on Florida State to justify it, right? Yeah. Okay.
This book was BS, but I agree.
Yeah, but
it's in black and white.
Well, Lenoris got knocked out of the LSU game, only played half of it. Okay, fine. He played, and I don't care if you were telling me he was hurt. He played well enough in the Alabama game to be close. So I don't believe that he was really that hurt.
Yeah, I can't wait till this comes out and they leave a team out, bro. This is going to be fun.
Leave some.
They've already showed you who they are. You have to listen to them. They already told you who they are. You have to listen to them, and it's going to happen.
So who do you think? Who do you think is going to be left out?
I think Alabama's going to get in. I promise you. I think Alabama.
I think
Alabama gets in.
Alabama gets in. South Carolina and Ole Miss get left out. That's what happened.
I feel that.
The ranking shows us that.
So the AP poll right now is Boise State in at 10 or 12. So Arizona State, Alabama, Boise State, Indiana, SMU, Ohio State, Tennessee, Georgia, Notre Dame, Penn State, Texas, Oregon. I don't see much of a change because you got your group of 5, you got your ACC. I don't see much of a change that minus the AP poll.
Well, here's the deal: is they already said that losing in a conference championship game is not going to hurt you. But watch what happens. Watch what happens.
Well, I don't think that's good. There's no way that can work out if you're. So let's say, if Texas loses, it doesn't hurt them because that's only a second loss. They're for sure going in, right?
Yep,
They're
got
in.
it.
If you're
Even
a
though
2-loss
they
team,
should
it
schedule,
definitely hurts you.
They're in. But if you're Georgia, now you have a third loss.
But that's what I'm saying. They've already come out. The College Football Playoff Committee has already said that playing in a conference championship is not going to hurt you.
So
What
why
if Georgia
play it?
goes out and gets their ass blown out? They get blew out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What if Texas blows them
Then you
out?
got to play it.
Well, but they blew out Texas earlier in the year. I don't know. I don't know what's going to end
That's
up
what I'm
happening.
saying.
I know that the SEC is going to get the benefit of the doubt, and we know that Indiana. And I agree with what Stout. I agree with you that Indiana does not deserve to be in the playoff. They've got one loss. The one team that they've played worth the shit, they got drugged by.
Yeah.
And look, let's be real. The Big Ten is fucking top heavy. It sucks. Other than that, not good.
Yeah.
While the SEC is beating the shit out of each other, which is not good for the SEC apparently, because they just want to put three in.
So
That's what I'm saying. That's crazy.
Why do you want to do a 9-game schedule if you're the SEC if they're already fucking you?
That's what I'm saying.
I
Like,
think they need to go back to the East and the West, bro. The way it used to be.
See?
They invited this chaos, man.
They sure did. Of course they did.
So the next Big Ten team that is on the top 25 is Illinois at 21.
Mm-hmm.
But you have one. So you have
some wins. 1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the top 15.
Yeah, you have 6 SEC teams in the top 15, and they're going to put 3 in probably, unless they do the 4th one, which will be a 3-loss team, which will piss the rest of the world off. But it's got to be, to me, it's the right thing to do. If you're going to put 4 from the damn, I mean, come on. Here's the other thing. Who the hell did Penn State play? Who the hell did Penn State play? They didn't have to play anybody either. They played Ohio State and got beat like normal.
Yeah, and I think their non-con games are kind of weak too.
Weak.
So it's Oregon and Penn State, right, in the Big Ten?
Oregon, Penn State in the Big Ten, and you've got one loss between them, so they're both getting in. Indiana's already locked in, and so is Ohio State. That's 4. You don't get 4 SEC teams in there, you can forget about the 9-game league schedule. Forget that shit. You guys don't want to see them playing the cream puffs in week 10 and 11 anymore? Too bad.
Yeah, I don't think this season right now, this season is going to let these coaches and these ADs know we don't want to do that. That's really
because I don't want to see that you end up not playing a program in the SEC for once in 10 years. That sucks.
Yeah,
I know it, man, but you just look at what's going on right now. I mean,
no, it isn't. Big Ten's
you
not
do the East and the West, man, like they used to do the East and the West, you wouldn't have that problem, bro.
Yeah. Well, but why is the Big Ten able to work their schedules to where it didn't kill everybody? Their marquee programs aren't playing.
Well, some
all the marquee.
They did a good job.
They did a job at Mississippi State and Ole Miss playing each other. You still got to have Alabama and Auburn playing each other, and Texas and OU. So you got more teams that are big money games in the SEC that has to play each other, and I think that has a lot to do with it.
It does mean that, Benji. It does mean that. One rivalry game with an 8 game. which is why this a 2-year deal to start off with, because they wanted to, make sure that they're going to get what they want in the and this was said. We want to make sure that this is going to work out for us in the new CFP, which is why you're going to see it go to 14 or 16 probably right away.
There were SEC teams that didn't have as hard of a schedule. I mean, look at Missouri.
Facts.
Hey,
And
look at Texas.
Look at Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at Florida and OU.
Look
Shoot,
at Ole
our
Miss.
schedule gets harder next year.
Look at Georgia. Georgia had a freaking brutal one too, and so did Alabama.
Yeah.
Yeah, and our schedule gets harder.
Tennessee got away with it.
Next year.
Tennessee got away with it. Ole Miss got away with it.
Missouri.
Texas. Mizzou for sure. Shit ya. Arkansas got screwed. Vandy got screwed. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Oklahoma.
Hey, as rough as our schedule was, like there's a world where we should, it shouldn't have been this rough, with self-inflicted and injuries. But man, I'm not a what if guy, but I don't give a damn about the schedules, man. We need to just be able to handle business.
Well, and here's the thing.
I think this new OC, we're handling it next year.
Here's what I believe, that you got to go through this shit, and it's it may not go easy, but it means you're battle tested by year 3 for fucking sure.
Oh yeah,
well,
sure.
and having a hard schedule means you can drop a game. Like, okay, let's play the scenario out. Florida beats Tennessee. Mm-hmm. They're probably in the conversation, as hot as we are now. On a
what are y'all going to finish 7 and 5? Right, you're going to finish 7 and 5 right now.
Yes.
So yeah, if you're able to, if you would have to win 2 more, but if you get to 9 and 3, 8 and 4 is not going to put you in the playoff at 12. There's no way. But if you get to 9 and 3, sure. If you get to 9 and 3, sure, man, no doubt.
Yeah. So you're 2 losses away. You're 2 losses away. You have a Tennessee game, right? If you would have beat Tennessee in overtime, and you won that game, and then if DJ Lagway doesn't get hurt, then in the middle of the Georgia game, we clap them cheeks too. It's
are you sure?
Hey, oh yeah, we had it that day. We had the juice that day. Listen,
fans,
then we're in, right?
Florida fans just believe, man, without any reason. I just love it.
That shit was funny. That's the funny shit I heard all day right there.
Cheeks too, baby. Come on.
So,
that's good shit.
I gotta go pick up my daughter from school.
Well, hell, we appreciate you coming in there. Tell everybody how to find you.
He left with a banger.
Yeah. High Top Sports Recruiting. We will be live Wednesday for it's not National Signing Day anymore. Whatever it's called. National Contract Day.
Oh, okay.
Whatever they want to call it. We will be live for the recruiting for the recruiting craziness. I think this is before I leave. I think unfortunately, for some programs, Coach Prime's got something cooking because he always makes a splash on National Signing Day, and I think he will again. And I think this is going to be the most flips that has ever happened on National Signing Day. So be prepared. I took the day off work, and come catch me at High Top Sports Recruiting. We will be live, and then we will be doing once the classes are set, we will be doing film breakdowns for everybody, including Oklahoma. I know some of you guys enjoy that. So I will send it to Jason on Twitter. He will get it out to you guys, and we will see you later.
Yeah, and always make sure you jump in there to the let everybody know in our Discord, man. You're in there, so make sure you jump in and check it out. All right, man.
Sure.
Thanks for coming in, brother. Good to talk to you.
We'll see you.
Yep.
You've got a dirty, whorish mouth. That's what you have.
Dirty, whorish mouth. All right.
He caught me off guard with that, bro. That was funny. He caught me off guard.
J-Fez, don't start this shit, man. Come on. We're not gonna sit in here and this ain't gonna be a bash BV session. I'm not putting up with the shit. I will kick your asses right on out of here. I'm not doing it. All right. No, we're not doing it. Some of these guys are being asked to leave. Look, you have to expect this to happen. Not only do you, I don't know why they haven't announced this offensive coordinator yet. It's starting to kind of make me wonder. I've heard from multiple people that I've trusted. They've never really steered me wrong that it was Craddock, but I don't know. It hadn't hit anywhere that I've seen yet. We're seeing a lot of this stuff on Twitter. I mean, you're gonna see shit on Twitter for sure.
Oh yeah, you're gonna see that on Twitter, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, I saw Tattoo Baker. I don't know if you guys follow him on Twitter or whatever, but you
Love
should.
My
He's a
guy.
great follow.
Yeah.
You see the little private plane tracker thing that they shot? I think it was last night. Hit a private plane from NOLA coming to Norman.
Yes. Yep. It was now of course they were in the Bahamas for basketball and stuff over the last week and stuff, but yeah, I think that it's the same plane. They were certainly there. I think they got there at what, 3:00 or something like that yesterday. Back in Norman about 6. Like I said, and I heard from the first guy that I talked to. He lives in New Orleans. He's always steering me the right way whenever about stuff that's going on down in that area in college sports. So trust that guy. But I also verified it with somebody else who verified it with coaches, right? It just kind of is what it is. But it's not Craddock, it's Bell. See, earlier you had the sports animal that was talking about that it was Buster Faulkner. So obviously, I'll tell you this. I don't know how they're doing it, but
we don't have much time. I know that much. You're 2 days away, bro.
They need to get it. It needs to be done. It should have been done yesterday. I don't know and why are we playing hardball with this shit? I mean, if they're stuck on one little thing in the contract, because from what I understand, that it was like the last thing. They just had to iron out whatever details. I don't understand that. Make it happen. Get it done.
Get her done.
Well, the kids are waiting. I know the offensive kids are.
Yep.
They don't know anything. They don't know what's
they're hitting the portal and stuff. Guys that are hitting the portal, or you're starting to get decommits, feels like the players probably know, right?
No, they don't know.
I don't know. Not from what I'm gathering. I think that the portals and the decommits are separate. They have nothing to do with the OC.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And I know mine, he probably would, tell me that he doesn't have a clue. Isaiah doesn't really follow that kind of stuff.
But I think the biggest thing that he's, as long as, and it's the same thing we heard from Fasusi, as long as Big Bill's there, they're not going nowhere.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, like I said, man, there's no words here. The main thing, you got Eddie, you got him, you got Daniel, you got BJ, you got, make sure those guys are comfortable. And we're not saying, me and Mike talks about this all the time. You have to make sure you guys are comfortable. We're here to win a national championship. I mean, that's part of the plan, and you want to be a part of the plan, but every piece has to work. And I feel comfortable that OU knows that. And I feel comfortable that OU knows on the offense side and the defense side that the 24K class is a good one. Mm-hmm. The 25 class is a good one.
Right.
It's a few 23 guys that are lingering around that is, that are pretty good. But those guys are your future. So if you're gonna do what you say you're gonna do and be what you're about, let's go ahead and get this OC stuff done. Let's get everybody else taken care of so we can get down to business, man. We can get back to work. But that's what I want right now. I want to get back to work right now. All the logistics, all that stuff. Isaiah was just talking to me about when they come home, workout schedule. Because they're ready to get down to business. Ready to get all this other stuff out the way. The contract with the players, the OC. Let's get all that done. Let's make sure everybody's cool make sure nobody's trying to put anybody in a bind. Make sure everybody is value is taken care of, and let's go to work, man. That's what I'm about. I'm about going to work, And so I think we can do that early. The sooner we get this OC done, we can get down to business, man.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think it happens. I think it happens today, man.
Oh, it got to happen today, bro. It gotta happen today.
Yeah,
it's gotta happen today.
It's gotta happen. It's happening today, from what I understand. It's got to. And I think if there's a contingency for if choice one doesn't, if they can't lock it in. And guys, I don't care about what you guys that are coming in here telling me what's on their little message boards and shit. I don't care about that. I don't care about that. And
here's the deal, bro. We saw what we were lacking at. If we could throw the ball downfield this year, we beat a lot of people.
Yeah, that
opens up the run game. You can't, LSU. Man,
is out there right now that are ready to go right now. I mean, you're talking about. We just talked about the Tech guy, Micah Hudson. He's in the portal. 5-star kid, and Emmett got him to go to Tech instead of Texas. So, I think
I heard on another show about, we got to get some receivers because we can't depend on these guys, man, that's hurt. That's to me, that's a little bit of BS because you got to know what's going on the inside. A lot of these guys, it's not their fault they're not on the field. And I'm going to leave it at that. It's not the coach's fault. But you can't, I'm not going to throw away Nick Six. I'm not doing that, bro. The kid can play. The kid had an injury, and sometimes things take longer than others. Sometimes we try to rush stuff back, and then we set ourselves back.
Well, I'm going to say this, and you guys know that I'm not the biggest Parker Thune guy in the world, but I will say this: he is right now on Twitter, and he's got it on his mailbag, destroying the OU medical staff.
Yeah, he's already been warning us that was coming.
Destroying it. Well, he's done it. It's in there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, and you know what, man? Like the staff is tracking. That's all I'll say.
Well, definitely the money part for sure. The legacy part wasn't as big of a part of it as you think it was, Benji. His dad didn't give a shit about that. The
Who
money.
was that? What are you talking about now?
That was Michael Hudson. Yeah, Michael Hudson, 5-star from last year. Nick is one that's been hurt since he's been here, Mr. Dent. He hasn't been hurt the entire time since he's been here.
No, he has not.
Better than that. He played last year. The entire year he had more touchdowns than anybody else.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out why he got that from.
Here's the thing, and if we're gonna sit here and say things like this, so that it's all these injuries, right? He's been hurt since he's been here. Okay, why? Is it really a medical problem, a medical staff problem? Now I can tell you as much as what we're reading right now in the little mailbag thing, and I don't have access to it because I don't pay for it. I pay for the On3 stuff. I know that those guys are saying that's very overblown.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. I just know as a coach.
I know you did, Derek.
I know as a coach and even as a player, kids try to come back too fast, and we want them to come back. And if a kid say, "I'm good, coach,"
diagnoses. We're talking about misdiagnoses. Derek has been talking about this a lot as well. That these guys, that there's some stuff. Let me get back to this other super chat. Coach Rick said schools ask players to leave, not just Oklahoma. Everybody's doing it.
Oh, yeah, man. That's
From Chad Kramer. What is it? Okay. Thanks for the super. Thanks for the super chat, Chad. You didn't really say anything. What do you got from us? What do you got for us?
Hey, when I get off here in about 10, 15 minutes, I'm gonna go on to that insider, and I'll shoot you a synopsis of what Parker's saying.
Okay. All right.
Well,
Yeah,
here's my take on that. And as a parent, I don't care if I was at OU, Ohio State, Ole Miss. It doesn't matter. If you have a serious injury like that, man, always get a second opinion.
Always got to.
That's just
Big fact.
my opinion. I've seen too many things, man, and not just injuries. I'm talking about. I know a person had a cancer diagnosis that was wrong.
Yeah.
So get you a second opinion, man, because you go on with that one opinion and that's it. Just because, no, man, don't do that. Nothing against the staff there, man. They took care of my son with his broke foot, and we didn't have any problems. But what I'm saying is, guys, make sure you get a second opinion. There's nothing wrong with a second opinion. You're not doubting him.
there's certain
You
things
just had more eyes look at it.
anyway. They can't even, from what I understand, you can't even get like an IV done at the Switzer Center. They have or no MRIs are being done there. You got to go to Oklahoma City. What the fuck?
It's a lot of stuff.
That's a good
It's a
question.
lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff I think BV wants done. And when they, was talking about spending the $300 million to get the new facility, I think all that stuff was in there. And I think they didn't cut back. I hadn't heard anything else about that. Since I forgot what's his name, since he left. But one thing we got to do, and I don't know because I haven't asked these questions, and Big Mike might know. I mean, you got to be equipped just like everybody else in the SEC.
Absolutely.
That's just that's the meat and potatoes. If you're gonna be a blue blood program, you better have everything that you're supposed to have, and that's just part of it. And I know if we don't have it, and I don't know if we do or not, I guarantee you, Coach Venables is working his ass off to get it. And if he don't get it, it's not because he don't want it. It might be another circumstance.
Right.
Yeah.
Because he's not gonna let our kids go without, man. He's just not that. He's not that guy. That's not the guy that walked in his living room.
I read from Kerry Murdoch yesterday that Venables has also been outspoken about this medical staff issue. Now, sometimes what I would warn against for you fans out here and people in the chat is that coaches are notoriously pissy at medical staffs.
Yep.
It's in their best interest.
I'm going to tell you
on the fucking field.
Everybody listening, all right, especially those in the chat, that Coach Venables is already taking the steps to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, I don't know a lot of stuff about a lot of stuff, but I do know that. And so just rest assured and sleep well at night, and don't worry your little hearts. It's happening.
Right. Well, and I would say, listen, from what I understand, people think it's Joe C. Now, Derek, I mean, he can only do what Joe C. does. From what I understand, is President Heroes that has the final say on who that is. Doesn't have anything to do with Joe C. either. So I don't know what's real. We get a lot of conflicting reports from and I would even tell you that I think that sometimes, I mean, I want to believe that all the parents know what's going on. I don't think all the parents know what's going on.
Nah. Not every. Nah. It depends, though. Like it depends on the parent.
You hear another one,
Yeah. Yep.
And probably by design, by the way. You know what I mean? It's not.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: you can't afford for the bad. You don't want it to turn into, like, you know what? It's one thing that, I mean, listen. I will tell you this. What he's doing right now, if Parker's doing as bad as what it sounds like he might be doing, you got to be very, very careful as a journalist. I know this. Libel is real.
Well, there's also
a lot of shit
CII and a too, right?
Fuck, I lost you.
Probably going down the hill.
Sofix, who are you talking to when you're talking about this? Tell the difference between the Big 12 and all this stuff. What are you talking about? What's the conversation we're having? You still with us, Big Mike? Me too. Yeah, I got you back.
You back now.
Yeah, what were you saying? We as soon as you started talking, it went crazy though.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, man. I'm in Kansas City and ain't got no service. It's crazy. But yeah, I was just saying, like with Parker, you got to be careful with that PHI and PII stuff. Not divulging anything. You can get in trouble real quick with that.
Well, I mean, I would just say that's the thing is that, well, and then on top of that, you don't know if you don't know everything now, and the parents don't know everything that they're talking about, but you're getting this and this from certain people. You better make sure you have your ducks in a row before you go start claiming malpractice on a bunch of doctors.
Boy, what you say?
They will sue your ass.
He has to have a direct source.
He better.
And proof of that.
I don't know that he does. And I'm just going to tell you, the dude didn't go to J school or anything that I know of.
Nah, he's Oklahoma grad.
Oklahoma has a J school. He didn't go to it.
Yeah.
I'm positive that he didn't. Now, Stoya did. That probably irks his ass. Anyway, I'm just saying.
Man, it's
I love
crazy.
some Parker Thune. Let me tell you, not.
I thought you said awesome. My bad.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. I watched their show. And it's hilarious, man, to watch the show. And my buddy Mike, me and Mike, we hang out a lot when we're at the games and everything. And Mike was like, Dent, go look in the comments. Man, I go in the comments. It ain't Parker that they drilling, bro.
Brandon drums. Yeah,
oh man, they beating him like a drum, and that's and that
like
dog that, bro.
Oh yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
Yeah, man. So
I mean
for him to say that, man, that's what was that movie with the what's his name, with the Cleveland Indians,
Major League,
the baseball movie.
Major League.
Come on, man. I know you know Jason.
Major League, the baseball movie?
Major League.
Yeah. What old boy said? He got to have some marbles.
Marbles.
to put that out.
Yeah, I love it. Well,
to put that out, man, But hey, like I say, when Isaiah got hurt, the process for us was me and my wife, we talked to the trainer. We talked to the people that done his, his MRI and his x-rays. And, they showed it, sent us everything, and we looked at it, and we were good with what we saw and what they, said the process would be. But if we wasn't good with that, then we would have gotten a second opinion. If we had to drive down there and take him somewhere else ourselves, we would have done that. But we were comfortable with what they told us.
And my rule of thumb is this, dude. You always got to get a second opinion, no matter what. You just have to verify. You know what I mean? You have to verify. It's not like you're questioning them or saying they're wrong. I just want verification. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No doubt about this is from my own experience, man. Like, I spent a career of 4 years at New Mexico State, x-rays, MRIs. When I was having neck problems, I went down to a doctor in El Paso, and this dude was talking about like fusing vertebrae in my neck and like doing the surgery in like 2 days. And I was like, hold on, bro. Yeah, I was like, hold on. I mean, he had 2 really hot daughters that were like helping him, and I just felt like it was a hustle, bro. And it was crazy. And I went back to my trainer, and he was like, he's like, what do you think? And I'm like, I feel like he was trying to get me in there like right now. I was like, let's go get another opinion. And we did. And, come to find out like a year later, like the vertebrae he was trying to fuse wasn't even where the problem was. You know what I mean? And it was crazy.
It happens.
He was just gonna cut you, Mike, and sew you back up.
What he did is he knew I was a football player, and he knew that the school insurance would pay whatever. So he was gonna break them off. I don't know how much it would cost, but I'm sure he would have upcharged that joint.
Here's what I'm gonna say real quick. This is coming from Sooner Hicks, and this is a quote out of that mailbag. Let me be completely clear. This medical staff has jeopardized several players' careers. He didn't say allegedly. It's created a culture of distrust, and it's set this program back substantially in its efforts to return to championship contention.
Wow.
That is a hell of a thing to say. Wow. Emmett Jones is gone, according to Mars Jams.
Why?
I don't know.
Yeah, we need him to elaborate. You can't just come on here and make blank. You gotta prove it, man.
Well, that was on Twitter, man. Why? I don't know. Tell me why, Mars.
I've seen that on Twitter before I got on here.
He just put it up right this second.
I mean, I seen somebody else say that.
The word allegedly is not being used there, SDR. This is what I'm saying. He better have. There must be. He either better have some real evidence of this, or he better watch it.
Yeah.
Parker's a smart kid, man.
SDR, an injury list longer than my arm isn't proof enough. No, it's not proof enough. Injuries happen in football. There was
I had a guy tell me, and it was a 24/7 guy. Tell me, well, man, y'all just not built for the SEC. I'm like, you dumb butt. I said, these injuries came before we even got to the SEC. Some of them.
Yeah. That's just the easy. That's just the easiest
pop out.
The receiving core.
Some of these other guys want to say.
The receiving core, all but two of them happened pre-season. Right.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, Nick and
one of them didn't even happen in the SEC game. So
Wow.
It's just I'm one of these guys, man, and I'm just gonna be dead serious about this. I'm ready for all the shenanigans to be over with, so the guys can get back. Man, I think we got a really good football team. I think we got a really good head coach. I think we got great members on the coaching staff. Is some things going to be tweaked? Yeah, man, it's going to be tweaked. Every year, I don't care if you win the Natty, it's going to be tweaked. But, man, one thing I can say about those kids, they block out so much, man. It's unreal. It's like the deal with Dewar Sharp, man. I'm talking about they was cooking him on Twitter this weekend. But guess what? From what I've heard, I don't know, allegedly, man, Dewar's not worried about that. He went hunting or something like that. He screwed up. He know that wasn't a good, that wasn't a good throw or whatever situation was. But
sure,
you gotta keep all the naysayers on one side and keep all the realists separated. You got to be able to do that to be able to win, because you think if these kids listen to all the bullshit that's going on out there, man, we will be super fucked up.
Facts.
So and I credit that to the staff, bro. I credit that to the staff. And you got December, the December guys, excuse me, not December, but the January guys will get ready to come in. I don't know how many guys we're gonna take in this year. I know we took in 26 last year. So I don't know how many guys they're going to bring in as of right now. We just got Isaiah. Matter of fact, we're going this weekend. I don't know, Mike, you might have already did it, but we're going this weekend to move Isaiah out of the dorm to get ready for the other freshmen that are coming in.
Yeah, no, we haven't done it yet.
Yeah,
he needs to pull his head out of his fourth point of contract and figure out when that he's moving in there, sign that contract.
yeah. So we already, we got a lot of that stuff done already, man. From just trying to get him in the dorm and get him, I'm not dorm, but get him in his apartment, his duplex, and so man, we're ready to move on. We got faith in the program.
Yeah.
Same way I feel like Big Mike does, but we all know that, man, change has come about. Change has come about in the Army. Change has come about, my old job. Change has come. That's something that's going to happen.
Yeah.
We just have to adapt, pull our damn bootstraps up, and get the fucking work, man.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about right now.
Yeah. Hey, bros, let me go, man. I'm gonna walk in here. I'll see if y'all are still on. I don't know how long this will take, but we'll see what's up when I get out.
Okay, brother.
Right,
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm only gonna be on here a little while longer. I'd like to.
Okay.
I mean, if we end up with some of this stuff, but I mean, if we get real news here, this is all stuff from Twitter. Okay, so and this was on. Says Gus Swayze said, hearing it's Craddock, Emmett Jones not returning. I don't know that I believe any of this stuff. But again, these are none of these people are people that we know. So that that I would trust for sure. Thanks for coming in, Big Mike. Appreciate you.
Yeah, I mean those are everybody's got
opens on Wednesday. Trap.
I would love to have it today, that's for sure.
It needs to happen today. Big Trap, what's up, man? Thanks for coming in, man. Yeah, wearing my Big Trap shirt, my Trap House Booming shirt. You guys get over there and check out his site. We actually put a video up, with me unboxing this one and talking about it a little bit. So you guys get over there and check it out. Trap House has a video talking about that guy. He said he was no longer committed to OU. Which guy? Or Harris? Are we talking Harris? Mac, that statement names all of them. Yeah, I don't know whether or not that didn't. It sounds he's not specifically naming doctors. Are you sure about that? I would tell you this: it doesn't take much to find out who they are if you're naming that it's the OU football medical staff or university medical staff, whatever, for their athletic.
Man, it kind of sounded like they was waiting to put this out, don't it, dude?
Mm-hmm. Lisa heard the last 20 minutes. Oh my. Truly hope OU gets this medical situation under control, even if it's not completely accurate. The perception it will create will be harmful. And if true, wow. Yep. Both Harris wide receivers are decommitted. Those were expected to decommit, by the way, both of them. And I don't know what's happening with Nick Anderson. There's been at least speculation about Nick Anderson because of the injury stuff. T-Boomer, I know what you're talking about with his brother having injury problems. He didn't really have them while he was here. He had injury issues. I guess he kind of got hurt a little bit while he was here, but he had injury issues in the NFL that ended his career. I wouldn't necessarily say that that's all. That is necessarily means that that's what happened with Nick either. Look, all I know is this: these injuries don't seem to be healing up quickly. And some of them don't seem like they're supposedly they're not that serious. And the next thing you know, we don't see them again. That's the question that a lot of people are having. Now, I am not the guy that's going to sit here and blame it on anyone because I don't know.
I'm not going to do that.
I want to read what we're talking about and I want to see what's being said. But believe this. Without having concrete evidence that this is true, I'm not saying it. I'm not writing it. I'm not saying none of it. I'm just telling you. I mean, there's a lot of alleged things that are being said, and we've been talking about this for a few weeks, to be honest with you. I've had to talk with you privately about it.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that you're bouncing that stuff at me. I appreciate it. You know, I appreciate it. I'm just telling you that it worries me that it is true. And just like what Lisa said, even the perception of this is not good. We've talked about this a lot over the last few weeks with everybody that I work with. Not a good thing to have even the perception of it. It makes me wonder, and I'm not even going to sit here and tell you that I don't believe what Parker says. I don't know. He could be right. Listen, Derek told me something a couple of weeks ago about this that didn't sound great.
Here's the deal with Parker, just from the short time of me knowing him.
Yeah.
Man, I haven't seen him put out any bogus stuff.
No.
You know what I mean?
I wouldn't say that he does that either. I'm not a big fan of him.
I mean,
I would tell you that I'm not used to seeing him say
all
shit
that kind of
that
stuff.
isn't real.
So
I agree. I agree with that.
You know how it is, you guys as a writer. You be like, if this guy put it out, might be something to it.
I gotta tell you that journalists in general are pretty. If you're a journalist, you better be very, very protective of your integrity and not lying. And I will tell you this, not all journalists are like this these days, but I've been doing this for 20 years. It matters to me. It matters to me. My integrity is it's all you got, man. Your reputation's all you got. And when you lie one time, you're a liar.
Forever.
That's right.
Forever.
You lie one time, you are a liar.
I watched a guy.
I'm not going to sit here and just to be clear, I don't like Parker for a lot of things, but it ain't because I think he's a liar necessarily.
I mean, I watched a guy 24/7 get fired because he lied, man. He just, he didn't interview a guy. He had talked to him, but he didn't get a good interview with him. He took somebody else's pretty much interview and kind of made it his own, man. So, it happens like that, but that guy had a history of doing a little shady stuff, man. So, like I said, as long as I've been, knowing Parker, I don't see nothing that he just stood up and just told a bold lie about. He don't strike me as that type person, at all. So there's got to be something to it. But like I said before, if it is something to it, and I'm not saying it is, I guarantee you, Coach Venables is on it. Because one thing about him, if he missed something, he's a guy that's going to say, I missed this. Like even with the OC hire, man, I wasn't never expecting him to say that.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't, bro. Yeah. But he is an accountability guy, man. And he that's why he wants certain kids and certain people in the program because of accountability.
Sure.
And
he's accountable. Brandon Venables is accountable, maybe to a fault.
Yeah.
Maybe to a fault.
Maybe so.
We don't really see there's Sooner in Texas, I'm a real journalist. I don't lie. But I agree with what you're saying. There's a lot of it that's bullshit.
Yeah. Everybody's not Walter Cronkite right now. So.
Well, Walter Cronkite. Yeah, listen.
Some people don't even know who that is.
It is what it is at this point. And I would just tell you guys that, I hope that this is not as serious as it sounds. But if it is as serious as it sounds, then Oklahoma needs to do something about it immediately.
And I'm gonna take this for the coaches. When Isaiah hurt his foot, he was still trying to go. And finally, Coach B told him, man, you need to go sit your ass down and go get your foot looked at. you know,
Well,
because some coaches are like, okay, as long as he's dragging it out there, you know, it is what it is.
well, but you know what I told you last week? Take his ass to another doctor. You know?
Yeah.
Just because you need that. I mean, Big Mike said it a minute ago. You got to have a second, no matter what. Even if you think you got the best, if it's Dr. James Andrews looking at it, go see somebody else anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Got to do it.
That's true, man.
Gotta
so let
do
me
it.
ask you this: Are you gonna jump?
Sometimes they're going to be the best, and not all of them are the best.
Yeah,
I'm saying. Yeah. I hate doctors. I gotta tell you, I hate them. I don't buy their asses. But I mean, I'm not an athlete. No, I don't trust them. Again, I don't know these guys. I'm not saying that this is real. I know that there's a lot of this stuff is starting to add up, and at certain times you're starting to wonder what the hell's going on. But oh man, I tell you what,
you got a record number of injuries and people not getting back on the field. That's the whole spotlight deal. Kids not getting back on the field because we all know injuries going to happen.
Yeah.
But guys, not getting back on the field is just like, you know, I don't know. I mean, that's something we just got bad luck, man. I don't know, bro.
Real quick, folks. We've had over 1,500 people in here for this stream. We've got 48 likes. You guys kidding me? I'm not going to say another thing about any of this shit until I get to a hundo. Come on. Get me to 100. We need to get to 100. Come on. Don't be a freeloader. It's free, but don't be a freeloader. I don't ask for super chats. So make sure you hit the damn like button. Come on now.
So let me ask you something. So what are you doing? What do you, if it happens today, if I'm around, man, hit me up. You know, I might have my stuff set up upstairs and we'll get on, man. But the OC hire is going to be very, very, very critical, man, to a lot of young kids' future. I'm just being honest with you. It's a business. Everybody knows that.
No doubt.
Everybody's talking about Emmett Jones might not be here, and that might be because, you know, that guy might want his own wide receiver coach, you know. But from the recruiting aspect, I think Emmett has done a great job, man. It's just, you know, trying to put some true freshmen out there to take the place of veteran guys, man. You know, you don't have many true freshmen in the country like that. What you got, 3 right now that's really doing that in the whole country?
Mm-hmm.
That's that guy, you know?
Yeah, it's not going to be Arbuckle, I don't think there, Kyle. Where are you getting this from? You just talking shit? That's not what I'm hearing. And well, but now if that, it wouldn't surprise me. That's be the 3rd time today that it's been somebody different. Say that again, Marcus. I was trying to read through this stuff because there's a ton, but go ahead.
No. I was just saying that, you know, I'm hearing a lot of stuff about Emmett Jones, but you got to think about this. As an offensive coordinator, I just don't see an offensive coordinator coming and don't bring nobody with him.
Right.
So maybe some of the Emmett Jones stuff is true, but man, I hate it because I like Emmett. I think he's a great talent. I think Emmett's a head coach one day, man.
Oh, I think that he is soon.
I think he's the head coach one day.
Everybody loves him, man. The coaching staff loves him. I don't see them necessarily firing him. Here's the deal. It would sound to me like maybe there's whoever possibly they may be bringing with them has their own guy. Now, yeah, I would say I said 3. Somebody in there a minute ago said Will Stein, which he'd be bringing a receiver coach or a running backs coach. One of the two. No, it'd be a running backs coach coming with him. You guys are just messing around, but it is what it is. I don't know. But Yeah, we still got.
Well, man,
we still got 26 to go to get for me to like give you any more information here because I'm not gonna do it. Not gonna do it.
Starving them out, bro.
You guys are there's a freaking 300 people right now this second for sure in this one stream. I know. So all y'all hadn't hit it. Not even a third of you have hit it. Come on now. It's not Arbuckle. I don't think it's Arbuckle either. I don't.
I'm almost certain we're gonna know today, man. Tomorrow, I mean, if whoever it is, probably even if it's not public, that person knows who okay, he might be on the phone calling guys. Say, hey, look, I'm not gonna be here, or this, that, and the third. I'm going here, or whatever the situation is. Or having somebody to do it for him, because that might not be legal or not. I don't know. I'm not up on that. But there's some stuff that's going down, man. And like I said, the kids, you just don't understand. A lot of these people, y'all talking, but you don't understand how much these kids are ready to go to work. That's what I cannot emphasize on more. How much ready they are to go to work to prove not all people, but a lot of people wrong about the program and what direction it's going. I know I got one that definitely wants to prove.
Listen, and speak to that a little bit. I know that there's some disappointment in the way that the LSU and it didn't take long for Oklahoma fans as a whole to go super negative. Even after beating Alabama the week before, right? Losing that game the other night. And look, it is what it is. And thank you there, Rob, for for making sure you guys hit the like button. And you guys know I'm going to tell you what the hell I see here. Just hit the like button, man. Help us out. I mean, it's just the right thing to do, man. You guys are here, and I enjoy having everybody here and all this talk. OCs like to bring their guys with them, so chances are that's a deliberation point with regards to Beatonbow and DeMarco. Not probably Beatonbow, maybe DeMarco, maybe not. I don't know, but I mean, I don't see Beatonbow. I think that's a dead issue. If it's Beatonbow, he's not in the. If they really want to get rid of Bill Beatonbow, there ain't no way that guy is the guy. For Brent, I'm just saying, right?
It's crazy.
I just don't. Just because of the way we're just looking at a situation where there's just no way that could be. So I'm going to say this again. Look, I think that it's first off, and that's the other thing. There, you know how many people are out there just trying to turn this into anarchy today? At Texas, at Missouri, at Oklahoma State, they love this shit. And this is a totally SEC fucking thing to do. Is it not? Total SEC thing to do. They just love trolling on each other, busting chops. Every team, yes, and Coach Ricks, you're right. Absolutely. I left that up there for a second. Some guys are going to be asked to leave. There's going to be some guys that you have to get down to a certain number, right? You got to do it. No two ways around it. 14 away, folks. 14 away. But the panic, I don't love. We gotta stop panicking. And here's the thing. I mean, if you keep the quarterback situation hadn't been good, the receiver situation hadn't been good. So if you lose all of those guys, not saying that's what I want, they're gonna go get somebody else. And if it's if it's Arbuckle, he's probably bringing a quarterback with him. If it's Craddock, he's probably bringing a quarterback with him. I don't want the guy from Georgia Tech. I don't want the quarterback from Georgia. I mean, Haynes King can stay his ass in Atlanta. Okay? Just stay in Atlanta, bro.
Oh, wow. Now, the freshman at Tulane, man, I like him. He's nice.
Yeah. Does Petaway not break through with this wide receiver? He's out, apparently. That's why he's out. I don't know, man. Whatever's going on with how does he not break through there? Yeah, how does he not? I get it, Kyle. I agree. And listen, that tells you there may have been something. Maybe he's lazy. Maybe he didn't know the playbook. I don't know. Because how does a walk-on beat you out that doesn't have speed? And I like Jacob Jordan, but let's not get it twisted. He ain't that fast.
No, he's not fast.
Is like Deion Burks.
He's a little route runner, though.
Oh no, I'm not hating on the kid. I'm just saying he ain't Jaquez fast. He ain't Deion Burks fast. He damn sure ain't, Brennan Thompson fast. These guys are world-class speed guys.
Brennan Thompson, he dressed. He just didn't play, right?
Brennan, this past week, I didn't see him on the field, man. I didn't see him.
Yeah, I saw him in warm-ups, I believe.
Right. He was in a boot the week before. I mean, I had a hard time believing he was going to be able to do what was coming. I wasn't expecting him to play. I don't know, man. In the end, but guys, don't grasp for straws about this guy sucks. Don't grasp for straws and start immediately going there that this guy's not good and this guy's not good. These coaches and shit. Don't do that. There's not zero development. Patriot. All right, you're out. Not dealing with you, bro. Not doing it. That must be on the other channel. Shit. Guys, don't come in here doing that shit. Bump him out of here. He's out.
I'm sure Florida's getting fired. What the? Getting fired. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's out. He's out. Out for the day. Not having it, bro. Not having it. And it's not. What makes you think that's helpful? What? Hey, let me ask you a question. Because we talk about this a lot. How aware of you guys were of how fucking crazy Oklahoma fans were on Twitter before you ever got here?
Oh man, I wasn't. I wasn't aware of that. Me being a person, I dealt with recruiting and different stuff like that. So I wasn't, on message boards.
Is it like that everywhere though? Do you think it's like that in Mississippi at Ole Miss?
Oh man, look, bro, let me tell you something. I'm gonna be honest with you. Jackson State and Alcorn State fans are just as bad.
Yeah, no doubt.
I mean, they go at each other's throat. Now, bro, you got to look at.
I got
Alabama and Auburn
on video whenever he was at Jackson State. I got killed.
Hey, dude, Alabama and Auburn.
Yeah,
bro. You ever seen Willie?
Huh?
Have you ever seen Willie? The older guy that be testing out the beers and
about nothing but the Tide. Don't give a shit about nothing.
Your third. Now look, let me tell you something. That's just Willie. They got 1 million of them sons going right across this line right over here where I stay at.
Mm-hmm.
Going into Tuscaloosa. And bro, it's serious. So, I didn't know the Oklahoma fans was, kind of a little bit on the crazy side. But you know what, man, that's a good thing because they show up. That's why that's why you got sold out stadiums.
There's a line though. There's a line you got to not cross though. You know what I mean? There's a line.
Yeah, it's true.
And I'm not going to have it on my show. I'm not going to be the show that does that shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm that puts up with it. That listens to it. No. Not doing it. But
man, it's a part of it.
I also think that, and even Venables says this. He loves it that they're that passionate about at Oklahoma, that they're quick to get on your ass. He's okay with that. He's always said that. He's always said it means they care. It means they care. It's better that they care. Now there's a line. Again, there's a line, and sometimes Sooner fans pole vault over that fucker. Straight up. But
I'm not gonna disagree with you on that, bro.
I mean, they just do, man.
It's just like I told Isaiah. I said, look, the same guys that rushed that field when we beat Alabama are the same guys online talking shit.
Yeah.
I said, you can bet that. The same guys that look at you crazy when y'all lose are the same guys that rushed that field against Alabama.
Sure. Absolutely.
You know, so and I'm kind of like the other guy. I'm not a big fan of it, man, because I've seen, you know, like that could be anytime you got crowds, man, anything could happen. You know, Isaiah was saying like some guy just jumped on his bag and, you know, taking pictures. Some female and got beside him and took a snap, you know, got on Snapchat and chat or whatever you call it, and you know, and oh, this love my life and all this kind of stuff. His girlfriend's like, who the heck is this? You know, so it can get a little crazy, but I still like the passion. You know, I don't think there's nothing really that can be done, man, about the rushing of the field because you got 80,000 folks in. How can you stop 80,000 people?
Right. Oh, no, you can't. Well, no, you can't. What are you going to do? Get them all? Get everybody who tries to stop all the 80,000 of them. I mean, it ain't going to be 80,000. It's a lot, though.
No, it's at least 50.
Can do it. Yeah, it was a good amount of them there. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Yeah. So,
well, listen, I mean, it's dangerous, though. That's the problem. It's very dangerous.
It is. It's very dangerous, and that's something you want to get that. You want to get that like Georgia when Lane Kiffin, you know, man, it's like they was trying to get him up out of there, and the guy who's the state trooper that's with Lane all the time is a classmate of mine. We played together at Alcorn State. And man, he's like, it's just crazy.
Right.
You know, so you want, you know, you got the player safety, you got the coach safety, and then you got those kids, their safety. Because you can easily get trampled in something like that, and nobody really knows you're hurt. Mm-hmm. You know, so that's something that you know, I think if the fines are bigger, I don't think that would change anything because the kids don't have to pay the fine.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. They have the right technology. They know if you left your seat and went, they will know who you are. They have facial recognition these days. I mean, they know. They knew at Texas. They knew who the hell the kids were that were throwing shit on the field for the Georgia game.
Yeah.
They pulled their tickets. Benji was talking about that. 3 away from a hundo. Let's go.
You gonna get that hundo before we get off.
I'm gonna get that hundo before I say I'm not answering no more questions about this shit until I get there. 3 away. And I know I've seen a few people in here. Core OU fan base has usually been pretty smart and correct about most things over the years and have proven to be correct about a lot of things. But those are not the field rushers. Here's the one thing I'll say about the field rushing thing from the I tend to give them a pass for that. They didn't act the fool. Nobody got hurt. Now, I know, here's what I would say. Don't be early. Damn it. Don't be early. And don't make it a habit. This is Oklahoma, man. That's not what we do. It's not what we do. But in view of the fact of what we've had go on this year, I could at least somewhat understand it. But I'm not a fan of the practice, man. I'm just not. It's dangerous. It's dangerous for the players. It's dangerous for you. You get trampled, you fall, and nobody sees you, and next thing you know, you be down there for a while. Then when BV fell last year coming out of the smoke and nobody saw him and stepped all over his ass, he got fucked up. And I mean, we're talking.
I remember that, man. I remember that.
Not good, man. And like he's lucky he didn't get freaking 300 pounders on his ass, you know. Players are falling and shit. I'd have had to just like get up underneath one of them and hold their asses down. I don't know. All right. Thank you guys. Thank you. We're at 102 now. My man. Appreciate you. We better finish 7-6, not 6-7. That's a huge difference. Look, there's nothing. Yeah. I mean, it's not like any of the teams that we're looking to go up against are killers.
Who do you think? What do you think we'll draw from? I really don't want the Big 12.
I don't want the Big 12 either, but it's I've heard Navy somebody said Navy. Somebody said Virginia Tech. Not really worried about either one of those offenses.
Well, you think about this.
Would be great. We'd love to have my cousin. Huh?
Think about this. Oklahoma just throw the record out. Oklahoma has it. They know Oklahoma's going to travel well and it's going to view well. They might get a better bowl because of that. Do you think that might happen? Viewership.
I mean, for SC to play USC. Is that what you were saying?
Yeah. For us to play,
that'd be great.
Somebody with a lot better record than us.
They've done it before. They've definitely done it before. I don't know. Maybe. Listen, I think the best game that you could put on for if you really want ratings, make the USC game. Done. You'd get more views for USC Oklahoma than first round games, I bet you.
Oh yeah. And Vegas would be there, bro.
Mm-hmm. I don't know about Miller Moss going to Ole Miss. I don't see it. I keep hearing Jackson Arnold's going to Ole Miss, though. Was that you that said that to me, Duke, that time? I think it was Duke. Duke said that to me, I believe. That was where Jackson was headed, maybe. Maybe he had heard that. But Rod Smith from Jackson State? Or Jacksonville State?
Who?
Rod Smith? Well, you think so, Jordan? Wow. Okay. I haven't heard any of that. I don't know why it would be Rod Smith. Why would it be Rod Smith?
I can tell you this. There's a kid at UAPB, Arkansas Pine Bluff, that's going to get in the portal, and I'm going to tell y'all something.
Go get his ass.
He can play anywhere in the country. He's about 6'3". He leads that conference, and he's a dynamic 4-4-4-3 guy.
Here's what I'm going to tell you. I sent you the video of Darian, 6'3", right. 220, 4'5" guy, 20 touchdowns. Nobody knew about him. So I believe that these guys are out there. They're out there. Receivers are the easy ones to find, guys. They're the easy ones to find.
Yeah, you look at Mississippi State leading receiver. Right now, he has a lot of yards, but he comes from Jackson State.
Yeah, and one of their other guys that was leading came from New Mexico State or UTEP, one of the two. I forget which one.
Yeah.
But I remember reading about that before the start of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vautech, West Virginia, I've also seen Navy. I've seen USC, but it's not projected to happen. I don't know why. It should happen. I'd love it. But I'll tell you why it ain't. I'll tell you why they're not projecting, because Lincoln would say, hell to the no. We don't want it. He don't want shit to do with it. No doubt. Soft ass motherfucker. I didn't say it all, but I said it all.
It would sell out. It would sell out, bro.
It would sell out. Yeah, they would do ratings that night too, for sure. But it would be awfully toxic leading up to it.
Oh man,
awfully toxic. Yeah, not so much with the players. Most of the players that were recruited, or and even like Nick Anderson was recruited by him. There's guys that are still in the program that were recruited by him, not necessarily played for him, but were recruited by him. They don't hate Lincoln. They don't hate Lincoln. So I hope we're not getting an OC from Jacksonville State. Why? Let's hope. Well, he must be a bad dude. I don't know who he is. So he's going to Ole Miss to sit behind Simmons. I don't really see that really either. I don't know. Maybe so. The Zach Alley connections. Yeah, come on, man. Here's what I'm going to say about this. It's one thing to go hire Zach Alley because he's been with Brent for all that time. And Zach and then Craddock, there's familiarity because they were together at, he was there as a GA with Chad at Clemson, and so he knows him. He's been very good, by the way, Craddock has. I love the offense. Love it. It's not an air raid, it's a spread. It's a spread, pro-style spread offense. Love the offense.
I do too. I really, because there's a lot of balance in that offense, bro.
There's a lot of balance in it.
There's a lot of balance in that offense.
Darian Mensah, you guys, you may not get blown away by his passing numbers, but they're good. He's completing a large number, and he puts yards up everywhere. He's a good player, man. I also think that he's better than Mateer. I know a lot of people aren't there with it, and a lot of people look at that at the Arbuckle offense and say that's Lincoln's offense. Okay, I get it. It's got to run. You got to run it. I want us to have a pro rate offense. That's pretty much Jordan. It's a pro style offense that's got. It's a pro spread.
That's very similar.
More as a pro spread. I said it in Jay's live last night. I did not say that. I said I heard that it could be, and yeah, I'm hearing that it's a lock. But here's the thing. I had two people that I trust that said that. But since then, I've heard a lot of shit this morning. A lot. And everybody's saying different. So we'll see, man. I believe it's going to be Craddock. I think that that's where they're headed with it. And I think that it makes the most sense to me. I don't love the Buster Faulkner move so much, right? What happened to the go-go? I don't think they ever called him, right?
Nah, I don't like that offense.
Want us to have the pro raid, yeah. I don't hate the offense so much. I mean, they do a lot of rushing yards. They're not great passing it this year, but they lost a quarterback early in the year, which is probably why that happened. But I would say they didn't call him. They didn't call the dude, man. Coach Top told us that, and he talks to Brennan a lot, and he said they never even contacted him for the job.
I think that guy's a couple of years away from getting a top P4 job. I think this year he did well. I think you have to see him a couple more years to say, okay, I want to try this.
Giovanni, this is your nephew, Coach Riggs? Giovanni Gibson from Arkansas Pine Bluff. Is that who you were talking about?
Yeah. The receiver.
That's Coach Riggs' nephew. Well, damn.
I'm telling you right now, I'm a sweat guy. I played at Alcorn State, and I'm telling you right now, we could use him. We need him in Norman, bro. I'm telling you right now. I know because Rich know I'm not lying. I'm not lying. This same kid I'm talking about, he's leading the conference right now.
It's awesome. Well, I put it to you this way. It's like I said, nothing surprises me when it comes to that shit because these guys slip through the cracks. We were talking about our guy, my guy that I sent you the video of, the defensive end, 6'4", killer, first team on state for 3 years.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, definitely. And we trying to. It's going to have to be after the portal, man, because these guys are acting crazy right now. But, man, Shoot, man. Hey, look, Coach Riggs, hit your boy up. Hey, that kid, man. I'm telling you, man. I know talent, bro. I do this for a living. I know talent. That kid is talented. He can play any damn where.
Mm-hmm.
He can play, bro.
Rob Drum says, I'm on the Craddock train. I would like BV to be the constant, which would equal us always having a great D. And if we can have a revolving door for all the hot OCs to get their head coaching jobs. Oh, that's cool. That's how it works out anyways. Look, man, you have to expect the best programs. Here's where now Kirby's having to go through that cycle right now that only really Saban has been able to go through that, constant churn and continue to win at the rate that he did. It looks like Kirby may have weathered it, but maybe he hasn't. And even at some point, it caught up with Saban as well. That's the hard part, is when you start winning championships, they want your coaches.
Oh, no doubt about that. Yeah, you're gonna get picked. Let me ask you this: do you think there will ever be a time where these coordinators will have to sign a contract and have to buy the coordinators out just like you do the head coaches?
Sign a contract for buyouts and stuff?
Yeah, like, well, let's just say you get an OC and he's hot and you sign him to a new deal.
You already have some of them, depending on who it is. I mean, it depends on how much you're paying them. Yeah, if I'm paying somebody $4 million, hell yeah, I want to buy out.
Mm-hmm.
It's starting to get pricey for these guys.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, is you don't, as a head coach, you don't want to limit your guys from getting those opportunities, though, either.
No, you don't. You always want
to be careful about it.
You want that to happen. You want them to make that move.
Absolutely.
I know it might hurt.
That means you're having success in your program.
Right.
I
mean, it's just like, me talking to Lev after he left. I mean, he credits a lot of different stuff, a lot of different people. Lane, Coach BV, to help him become a head coach, man. And so you want guys. I mean, you hear Deion Sanders talk about it all the time. Off this tree, come off this, I mean, so you want that. You want that as a program. You want that because you want to be able to attract other people to the program.
Mm-hmm.
And you take now Colorado. What's their record?
9-3. They finished 9-3.
Man, that would be a good matchup.
Yeah.
I like to see us play them.
Coach Ricks, you want to pop in real quick, or are you working today? Busy today? I got about 20 minutes I can stay, but I got to get after that.
Yeah, I got to get ready to pop out myself. Man, I want to get a chance to Coach Ricks, if you on here, man, hit me up on Twitter, man, at Marcus Dent 93. MARCUSDENT 93, man. Hit me up, bro.
He's on with us all the time, right? So I can get him all your info. That's not a problem.
Okay, I bet.
Shit. I'm gonna toss it your way there, Coach Ricks. All right, sir. Let's check Twitter again. See what we got. Jay saying, don't worry, these portal entries are going to do nothing but increase with each time trying to get to 105 roster spots for next year, letting the kids find new homes for the spring. It's about to get bloody for the next 7 days, Jay says. He's warning everybody off.
Put your gloves on. I can tell you one thing about being down in Baton Rouge. Me and Big Mike, we found somewhere to eat, bro. Oh man.
What'd y'all find?
Man, we went to a place called I think Mike Anderson's.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, off the chain, bro.
Our boy in here, Kai knows he lives there. So, what kind of food was it? What'd y'all eat?
Oh man, it was seafood, man.
Ooh,
My wife had the choco broil.
some mud bugs and shit, or what?
Yeah. I didn't eat the mud bugs, bro. I don't do the mud bugs. Shrimp was really good. My wife had choco broiled fish, and I think Big Mike and Lil Cam had the seafood platter. And Lil Cam eyes got big, wanted the platter, and Mike said, "You know what? I'm just gonna eat off your plate." So, and Mike and Cam had a big old platter, man, big as a pillow, and then they had some kind of banana bread pudding or something like that. Man, it was huge. So my wife and my wife, they split it, and but the food was great. And I had all I had was a burger. I didn't even eat. Well, I ate some of my wife's shrimp, but
yeah, you don't like
the
mud
burger.
bugs?
Man, the burger was so good, bro. And I put blue cheese on my burgers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you ever tried it. Bacon with cheese and blue cheese on it, bro. It grilled off the damn chain. Off the chain with onion rings.
Okay.
It was one of the best burgers I've had in 25 years.
Hey, listen, man, burgers are never bad, but I don't know how you go to Louisiana and don't eat some crawfish and shrimp and stuff like that for sure.
Oh, yeah, we did that. I had shrimp.
Boy, I mean, I'd probably have to go po' boy for real.
Yeah, I had shrimp. Look, man, I had this coleslaw that actually had peanuts in it, bro. Some Cajun dish, man. And I had that, and it was really good.
Coleslaw with peanuts? I've never heard of that, really.
Dude, it was off the chain. It was good. I
had it. The place was that you went to eat?
We went to. I got that at another place called Perini's or something like that. But we went to Mike Anderson's.
Anderson.
Nice.
Kyle's our guy from. He's there in Baton Rouge.
Yeah, it was nice. But Perini's, we ate there, and man, that slaw was good. It was. I've never eaten coleslaw like that before in my life. It was crunchy and it was sweet.
Yeah. What's up there, Coach Left Cheek? Can you hear me? That's what it says on his little thing there. Coach Left Cheek joined.
Wow.
What's up there, Coach Ricks? Can you hear me? We ain't getting him. Come on now. Nothing yet. All right. You haven't ever heard of that place? Charbroiled oysters are good, no doubt. Hey, listen. What about gator? Did y'all get some gator?
Yeah, Mike had some gator.
I love gator, man. I love gator, man.
Yeah. Mike had some gator. That was the first thing he ordered.
It's really good, man.
Yeah,
there was a guy that was from NOLA in Vegas, and he went to the Cordon Bleu school for a while, and he started a restaurant after that. And he just did his home cuisines from I don't know if he was from NOLA or if he was definitely from Louisiana, but anyway, had like a New Orleans feel or whatever. But he had gator, he had blackened gator, which was really damn good. And then of course you could fry it there. I mean, he had it a couple of different ways, but I mean, I love gator, man. It's so good. So good.
We eat it there's a place here that sells it, man. It's pretty good.
Yeah. What's up there, Coach Cheeks?
Can you hear me now?
I got you now, bro. What's up?
What's going on, fellas? How's everything going?
Man, what's going on, brother?
Hey, Mr. Dent. I didn't think nobody knew about JJ.
Man, what? You need to tell him to get it. Dude, we need him at OU, bro.
Hey, he was
ASAP.
down for Thanksgiving a few days ago. He was down with his mom.
Are you
Man,
serious?
look, dude, listen to me. And I know talent, bro. If I'm not mistaken, he was at what? Was he at Henderson or somewhere before he went there?
Yeah.
I know who I'm talking about, bro.
Yeah, he was there, but he graduated from Little Rock Hall in Little Rock. And what happened was he got with the wrong group of guys, and it set him down backwards, and then he tore his ligament his freshman year. So yeah, that's where he's from.
Dude, this kid, man, I'm telling you right
He's
now.
special, man. I give him that. He is special.
Dude,
I
I'm telling
don't
you
want
right
to blow my
now.
own horn,
This kid right now, I'm telling you, I never knew how to really get in contact with him, bro. Because I see his stuff, and I played at Alcorn State, man. I'm an old SWAT guy. I used to work for I used to do a show with I can't even think of the name of the company now. When they had it, they bought Fruit of the Loom. What's the name of it? Russell Athletics. And I used to do the show for the SWAT back then. And so I've always been, been into, HBCU. Like I said, I played there, but me being in the 7-on-7 game and being a recruiter, and coached a little bit, I refereed 15 years, man, I did everything. But I knew of him, man, and I watched him. I was at the game when they played Alcorn this year on the sideline, and I watched him play. And they didn't use him. If they had a deal they should have done, they would have beat the hell out of us with that kid.
The coach don't like him. That's the main reason why he's in the portal.
Dude, let me tell you something. I'm gonna get this. Hey, look, man. You got me on Twitter, Jason. You get my number. You get to him. Look, I'm gonna pass it on, bro. But I'm telling you, the kid, bad boy, man.
Yeah, he got a younger brother coming in next year.
Wow.
So,
where's his brother at? Where's his brother at?
The brother right now, man, is at Jacksonville, Arkansas, man, like right outside of Little Rock Air Force Base.
Oh, so he's still in high school?
Yeah.
Man, hey, look, is he playing with the Arkansas Elite 7-on-7 team?
No, man. His parents, man, they don't really do that. They real spiritual and everything. So it's some more hands-on kind of thing.
Yeah.
They go by trust. They'll talk to someone, and they feel someone, then they go with that person.
Yeah, man, look, that's the best way to be.
Yeah.
That's the best way to be. I tell anybody, and I'm gonna throw this out here, Jason, if you don't mind, in a recruiting tip. When you get an organization, you get some people that you understand and you trust. Don't go somewhere else just because they got 4-stars and 5-star kids over here. That's the worst thing you could do. My whole staff, man. I'm 54. I'll be 54 on my birthday, which is this month. My other guy that's been with me for years, he's 56. He also played, at Jackson State with the Cowboys. My other coach that runs it, my president, he's 50 years old. So we're kind of the old school bunch. So a lot of the young parents that want their kids to have some guidance, that they kind of send them to us, and which we appreciate that. But if they got somewhere that they're playing, man, that's fine. As long as they're getting the reps in and getting the work in, that's all that matters. I mean, that's all that matters. But when it back to your nephew, bro, Jason, you gotta send Jason this stuff, man.
Hey, man, I'll go home and get with my sister and have her dig it up and everything, man, because they real big on that, because they don't like where he's at. They feel like he could be playing somewhere else, and he could be doing a lot better than what he's doing right now.
He's an SEC kid, man. He's an SEC kid, bro. The kid at Jackson State that left Jackson State last year, although Mississippi State didn't have, a really good season, but he led them in receptions.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna get on Twitter and I'm gonna reach you out. I'm gonna reach out to you and everything. And like I said, I'm gonna get with her and get with the dad and everything, man, and let them know, because I know of you, I did my little checking around myself, but you know
I'll
who's
send you
also
his
there as
number,
well.
coach, right now. I'll send you his number and everything right now.
You know that Basil Shabazz nephew was there as well.
Oh, is he?
Basil Shabazz is the man at UAPB because we played against him in high school when I played. So his nephew was there.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Isn't that the guy that I was on the show with you that time when you had him on?
No, that wasn't him.
No, that was it was a different one.
It was a different one. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I have, man, look, where I come from, man, it's so much talent out there in our family, man. It just, you got to just meet and know the right people in order to be seen. And if you don't, you go to these little small schools like Mr. Denton saying, and then you shine, and then someone might see you. That's just the way it is sometimes.
I done seen this kid, bro. I'm gonna tell you right now. He's a top guy. He's a kid that
I'll be sure to let him know that you said that.
Yeah, you let him know I said that, man. And I've been watching him. You know, I watched him all this year, and went back and looked at some of this stuff with Henderson State, man. So, you know, I when I say Henderson State, you're like, okay, this dude. Yeah, I've been keeping up with him, bro. Trust me.
All right,
So,
just send me your information, so I'll reach out to him and everything and let them know.
I gotta use the restroom real quick. I'm gonna go do that. I'll be right back though. You guys hang tight. I'll be right back. And I sent you that phone number, man.
All right.
But you know, and I do a show, man, you know, on pretty much on recruiting, and kids like your nephew is out there when it comes to the portal, but you just got to do your homework and get the right kids. Just because a kid is a 4-star coming from Ohio State, that doesn't mean he's the best kid for the program. This kid, your nephew coming from UAPB, who hasn't had all the resources, who hadn't had the right nutrition program, who hadn't had all the resources that a lot of these other kids have when it comes to strength, conditioning, and everything else that goes along with being at a P4 school. If he gets that, it's off to another level, bro.
Well, there was he tried to go to Arkansas. He had an official visit with Arkansas because I think the quarterback Green at Arkansas, I think they're like buddies, and he wanted to go there with him, but they wasn't looking at him because, of course, of past transgressions and things like that. But at the same point in time, once he tore his ligament, a lot of people are still thinking that might be a reason, a problem going forward. So he hasn't had the right opportunity and everything to go somewhere and really shine like he's supposed to.
Man, he's got that talent. How many yards he got? Over 1,000.
He has 1,350, around 1,300.
Man,
and that's with a not so good
bro.
quarterback. That's with a not so good quarterback either.
Dude, you ain't got to tell me. I know. You know, that's crazy. That's your nephew, man. I never would have thought about that. And I just said that. You probably like, what in the world? but yeah, you know.
He's a T Bowman. He's a sophomore.
Right. So he has 2 years, right?
Yeah. Well, if he transfers, he'll have 3 because they still got the COVID year. He never used that because he redshirted. So if he transfers to Oklahoma or somewhere, not trying to lobby for that, but I would love him to go there.
I'm gonna tell you what. I mean,
he would have 3 years
left. I know the OC got to be hired and all that kind of stuff, man. But you know, and I don't know what I can do. I can give it to Coach Beebo, and Coach
he don't
Beebo,
believe in that, Coach. Coach Dent, he don't believe in that. He don't believe in that. You know, JJ. That's why I call him JJ, but it's Giovanni. JJ, man, he's all about. He's one of those kind of guys that he'll tell you if he'll go over there and holler at you, give me the damn ball. I want the ball. He one of those kind of guys because he know what he can do with it. And as a coach, you love a guy like that.
Oh yeah, he likes to eat, man. That's for sure.
But he did that to his coach, and his coach don't like that. His coach doesn't like for players to pretty much show up, show him out, stand up to him, like that kind of stuff. And I just think he's in the wrong location.
Well, this is one thing that when you're in a program, no kid is gonna. I mean, every kid number one, understand that they're still kids.
Yeah.
They're gonna make mistakes, and you have to teach them how to be an adult. You understand what I'm saying? You have to teach them how to do different things. And if you're in a program that's where it's you can't teach a kid um, how to be a professional and how to be an adult, then they don't need to be there.
Yeah.
And I think that's that might be a little bit of the problem. Like I said, man, I hope he lands somewhere, man, where he can actually showcase his talent and and take care of himself.
I know
Definitely.
I know where he's going for some visits, but I really can't say anything because it's not
Right.
official yet. And but his mother, she is trying to get me to help because I do know coaches on the Eastern Seaboard, and she wants him to be somewhere to where he'll at least get the spotlight, will at least be on him, or he can get a chance because they're real big on him making it because his little brother coming out, Mark, is even better.
And what position does his brother play?
Brother plays running back.
Okay.
So,
So
but they're one of those.
how tall is JJ?
He's 6'3".
That's what I said. 6'3".
6'3",
6'3", about
215, 216, 217.
Yep. 215. 6'3", 215, 216. Yeah, that's him. That's great size. I don't care what
And
and he's a
you were
4'4"
close.
kid.
What the fuck is this? The first time we've heard about him, Coach Ricks? Shit, we've only been doing shows together for about 6 months.
Because he's in Arkansas, Pine Bluff. He's in Arkansas, and he's very low key. His family is very low key. They don't
But you
let him. But if I sit here, Jason, and go down my family tree, we'll be on this damn show forever because I got family members that's everywhere just doing great things. So
okay.
I just don't, unless they call me and say, hey, put me on, I don't say anything.
Mm-hmm.
But man, look.
But JJ is special. Mr. Dent, you are correct, because I've told him that since Pop Warner. The boy is special. And but he runs a 4.4, not a 4.3.
Yeah, I knew he was fast. He was fast. He got great explosive.
For 6'3", that's fast.
Yeah, it's fast. But 215 damn pounds, that's fast, cuz.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, I'm just keeping it 100, as the youngsters will say,
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's crazy, man. I got a kid that played on my 7-on-7 team back 2019, and man, I had kids that was going to Ole Miss, and some, they had offers from Texas. One playing at Tennessee right now, one playing at Louisville right now, and this kid was like, "Coach, why don't nobody really, trying to get me, like they trying to get those guys?" I'm like, Corey, everybody got a different path. His name is Corey Rucker. He became the all-time leading receiver at Arkansas State this weekend.
Wow.
And he missed the year. He missed the year at Arkansas State.
Last year, then? He played against us last year. I remember that name.
Yeah. That kid played for me. Okay. And he actually went to South Carolina.
Right.
And played a year at South Carolina, ended up getting his knee, meniscus or something like that messed up and didn't play, and went back to Arkansas State. So, man, it's just your path. I mean, he's going to get drafted. I don't know what round he will get drafted in, but I would say he will go in the, mids, 3 to 4, but just looking at, and I'm looking at Corey, and I look at your nephew, Coach Rick, man, they are about the same kid, about 6'3". Corey might not be as heavy. Corey probably about 207. You know, I don't think he quite 210. Maybe the same speed, you know, wise, but you're talking about a kid that broke every record at Arkansas State and is going to get drafted, you know. This portal game is going to be crazy. Man, I don't think your nephew is going to have a problem getting picked up. It's just making sure he goes to the right team because, you know, it's kind of like this has to be the right one, this decision right here. So he needs to really, really look at, the staff and, what's coming and all that kind of stuff because I think he has a bright future ahead of him. Definitely.
Wow.
Rick still with us?
Yeah. Are you still there, Coach Ricks? Yeah. Dent's got T Boomer says you got that Snoop Dogg coming out in him. That 215 pounds. That's fast, cuz.
He said, what now?
He said you got that Snoop Dogg coming out of you. He said
that's his stuff, bro.
With that.
What you think? Hey, look, tell him. Hey, what you think Snoop Dogg is from? He's from the SIP, bro.
He is from the SIP, huh?
That's right.
His family's from down there. You were telling me about that. I didn't know that.
I just come through Macomb, coming back from Louisiana, man, coming back from Baton Rouge.
That's awesome.
So yeah. He's a bunner though.
So Javani Gibson's the guy we're looking for, huh? That's the receiver we need to go get.
Who said that?
Javani Gibson. Is that what we just were talking about? Or no, who was JJ? Is
that's his nephew? Yeah.
Yeah, JJ. Is it Javani though? Is that his name?
I don't know. I think his name is Javani. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Javani Gibson. Yep, Ricks is back. Is Javani Gibson right there, Coach? Coach Ricks, you hear me?
He just popped in, but I don't have any sound.
Kid is a stud. We have 0 players like Javani, is what Duke says. Duke's the coach also. Duke's the coach down in Amarillo, Texas.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, this kid is crazy good.
Mm-hmm.
And here's another thing. This kid is hungry.
It's killing me too.
He's hungry.
Yeah, he wants to be that guy, huh? You can tell he wants to be that guy.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna go get the football, man.
Duke just says he's a stud. We have 0 players like him.
I'm telling you, man. The staff is gonna know about him regardless of what they do. I mean, me as a parent, I'm gonna say, hey, look, I'm telling you, I don't know who's coming, but this kid is different now. He's different.
I'm gonna find him right now. Oh shit!
You can't say guys from that league can't play. Hey, Shador Sanders and doggone Travis Hunter. Travis is probably gonna win the doggone Heisman.
Not probably. It's his.
And he was at Jackson State 2 years ago.
Yeah. Hey, Coach Ricks.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Where did you? Hey, Duke. Where did you find that? Where did you find his film at?
I found it on YouTube. He has it on YouTube.
He has it on YouTube.
Yeah.
All right. I'm looking. I want to see this because Duke said we ain't got nobody like him.
Dude, I'm trying to tell you.
He's really
hold up.
The best.
I did not know Coach Rich. I did not know that was his nephew. And I said it was one receiver I know of in this part of the country that I think we should go get. And I'm talking about this kid.
All I heard was UAPB.
From UAPB.
From y'all conversation.
Wow.
Yeah, he was just here, Jason. He was just here when I had my daughter them all on the podcast, he was in the kitchen eating.
Man, you should have brought him on.
I wasn't thinking, man. I was just trying to get back to the to the family.
Man, he's a big kid. Shit.
All her boys are big. I mean, she has 2 older boys. She has 4 boys total. 2 of them play basketball. 6'5", 6'4", 6'3", and 6'6".
Oof. Look at this. He's a big boy. Oh, he got the dance going on too. He's done. Mm-hmm.
That's down at Alcorn.
Look at this. Oof.
I like this one. I like this one.
Oh, Lordy. Look at this guy. How the hell do we not already know this kid?
He was just, I mean, I'm being honest, man. He hung around. When you're from Little Rock, you hang around the wrong crowd sometimes. And it tends to paint you as a bad person, and you're really not. But they always think if you hang around this person, you're just like that person.
Look
and,
at this.
And that pretty much got him.
He's dominating, though, huh? He's just dominating these damn kids. It ain't
Dude, I'm
shit.
gonna tell you something.
That's
This
an
kid
Alcorn
right here.
killing him. Woof. Look at that move. Oh, Lord. He just shook that guy out.
Hey, Jason, send me that if you don't mind when you get a
All
chance.
right. I got you. Oh, Lord. This guy's
Hey, Coach Rick, if I don't know what you got going on, but when we get off, man, I think Jason already shared my number with you, man. Just text me.
Yeah.
Let me know it's you, man. I like to chop it up with you, bro.
Okay. Let me no problem.
Man, this kid's good, man.
Yeah, he good, bro.
Damn. Oh,
I gotta let him see this.
Hey, at Alcorn State there, Coach.
Oh yeah, he got us. He got us, man. We got the dub, but he got us though.
So they played Arkansas this year or what? And he's cooking them.
That was his best game.
Against Arkansas?
Yeah.
Well, shit.
Because that's where he wanted to go. I told you that the quarterback Green from Arkansas, they're like buddy.
Dude,
and he wanted to go there.
I would love to have his clip just against Arkansas and send that out.
Mm-hmm. You said that was his best game, Coach Ricks?
Yeah.
Bro, he finds the football. You can't stand with him. Lord.
I'm telling you, bro. And he a dog. He ain't no pretty boy. He a dog.
Mm-hmm.
No, he likes to get dirty.
Yes, sir. He a D-O-double-G.
Woo. Taking shots too. Look at him. Damn. Bro, he had him a day at Alcorn State.
Yeah, he did.
Lordy.
Telling you, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, that kid could play, man. He needs to be a Sooner. He needs to be a Sooner.
You ain't telling me nothing I don't know. You got kids, man, that want to prove themselves, man. I love kids like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Those are the kids that are really hungry, and you're gonna get a lot out of them.
Yeah.
And they're gonna push the other guys also.
Yeah, he said he had 180 against Alcorn State. Whew. Cooked.
Yeah.
He was cooking.
Shoot. Crisco.
Well, now you found him, Mr. Dent. So I'll let him know that you're looking at him.
Oh yeah, no doubt, man.
Yeah, that's no doubt, man. Breaking. Coach Klein is the new.
Say what now?
They're just talking stupid shit, saying Coach Klein is the new offensive coordinator at Oklahoma. Coach Klein, Mr. Coach Klein. You know,
But hey, Jason, I got to get back to work, man. I got to go do payroll. So
enjoy your day, man. Appreciate you
Hey
coming.
man,
in.
I appreciate you, Coach.
Hey, no problem. But I just thought I'd jump in. I was like, wait a minute, he's talking about Pine Bluff. What are you talking about? So I had to go back. And listen to what you said. And I was like, is he talking about JJ? I said, let me jump on here and see. So, because there's three of them. There's three kids there. JJ, there's another guy. He's like 5'10". Another guy's like 5'9". Like three receivers that are real good. But JJ is the biggest one.
Man, that's awesome.
We can use this cat. We can use this cat for sure. He'll be a superstar at Norman, man. They'll love him.
Yeah, man, he will be.
Well, I think his mom and dad will love Soul Mission more than anything else.
That's exactly what Legend said a few minutes ago in here in the chat. He said he would love BV, will love him. They would love BV, love the Soul Mission. It's a match made in heaven, man. He needs to be in Norman. Come on,
man. I'm gonna do my due diligence. And I'm gonna do my best on that when it comes to just all I can do. I can't promise nothing, but I can get it to him, bro. And that's one thing I can do. So I'm gonna try to do that within the next hour.
I'll send it to you later on today. I'll get with you and text you back.
Okay.
All
right, man. Be safe, bro.
Appreciate you, man.
You guys.
Yeah, we're gonna get to it, man. We've been going for now 3 hours. I don't have any updates that I'm seeing. Look, from what I understand, to me, from what I've heard, and I believe my guys, they're telling me it's Craddock. I have to believe that. Now, there's no confirmation on that. And until we get a confirmation, I wouldn't, but I believe that it's Joe Craddock. That's what I keep hearing. It was confirmed by two other coaches, one of which may have been somebody as high up as like a Barry Alvarez type. So sounds to me like that's who it is. So I don't know for sure.
Well, man, like I say, later on today, man, if that happens, hey, you jump back on, man, hit me up, bro. I'll be around.
Okay. Yep. And then we'll have Mike is going on with Mike and Mike obviously this afternoon. So if you want to jump on with those,
I'm gonna try to catch Legend today. I'm gonna try to catch Legend today, bro.
Okay. Yeah. So and you can go ahead and throw me you can throw me one if you want to there, Legend. I'm gonna try to I've got a couple things I gotta get done, but I'll definitely try. You're going at 3 Central, correct? Isn't that usually when you go? I want to say that's right. Yeah. For sure. I'm pretty sure that's right. I'll make sure that's the case. But yeah, we'll get with that. We'll get with you on that. And guys, thanks a lot for coming in. We've had a lot of folks in here, and I appreciate every one of you for coming in and spending some time with us. We've had over 2,500. We still only have 111 likes, but
that's crazy.
That's like crazy. Yeah, it is kind of crazy, man. See, but yeah, listen. I appreciate you guys. Yes, 3 p.m. Central. Make sure you guys get over to the Sooner Legends podcast. It's Mike and Mike on Mondays. Marcus Dent try to jump over there. I'll probably jump over there.
I'm gonna try to jump over there today
with them as well. Yeah, listen, we'll definitely. Hey, look. As soon as I hear something, I'll pop on for just a second. But we're gonna try to, try to make sure to me, I think they were just ironing things out, and that's what I keep hearing was Craddock. But I'll just say this: that was 12 hours ago. So, shit. And I've heard 4 different names this morning since then. So, I mean, it is what it is. Now, my guys are still saying what they're saying. I haven't heard anything new from them. So, I believe.
Hey, I'm gonna have to jump out here. I got this air conditioning guy come back, man. So,
all right, bro.
I'm gonna try to catch you guys at 3.
Okay, boss. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, bro.
All right. Yeah, listen, I'll try to jump back in here as well as soon as I get an opportunity. But I appreciate everybody coming in, man. It's nothing, we do this for you guys, and I appreciate getting to talk to all you. Look, man, nobody panic, man. There's going to be some bloodletting for the next couple of weeks. It's just going to be that way. But it's not over with. And look, it's not just going on here. Just understand that this isn't going to be the only place it's going on. It's going to go on everywhere. You got to cut down this roster. It's got to get to 105, but it's really got to get to 85 in the SEC. So that means you're probably looking at 50 dudes got to go. 40, 30, 40, 50 guys. And you heard Matt Rule saying that in the last couple of weeks himself. So at Nebraska. So it's not, look, that doesn't mean, it just means that you're going to have to do some switch over. But I think that the bulk of the guys that to me, I feel like you're going to end up with the guys that you got to have. And listen, I hope that we don't lose Nick Anderson. I hope we don't lose some of these guys. I really do. But I'll tell you what, I know that there's a lot of people that want to play for these cats. There really are. You know, I mean, it just is what it is. And there's the money's going to be there for them. It's not going to be a money issue. And as far as this medical thing's going, look, if it's real and it's as loud as it's getting right now, that means they fix it. That means it's got to get fixed. Then you don't have a choice. So, look, I hope Parker don't get his ass in trouble. But here's the one thing I will tell you about libel. When you sue somebody for libel, it means you got to open up all your personal shit. So there's things that if there's stuff in the back, if there's stuff, if there's skeletons in your closet, probably not going to want to do that. So I'm not saying that he's wrong or anything like that. In fact, I don't know that he is. And I've never heard of Parker lying about certain things. I mean, sometimes he should shut up, but I've never heard of him lying. So I'll give him credit for that. And listen, if it helps the program, then my hat's off to him. You know what I mean? I just want to see these guys be healthy. In the end, guys, just everybody try to relax. And I know there's a lot of people that are out there trying to make it seem like it's way worse. You know? Yeah, they could. PNG, they could. Especially whenever, you know, other programs start, negative recruiting, which they're going to do. I don't love it. But here's the thing. When it starts getting said, then you're forced to do something about it. Right? You're forced to do something about it. So it is what it is. It is what it is. So I hope that it's not as serious as it sounds like it could be. But that being said, if it's out there now and it's going to be out there, it won't be serious like that for long. You know, it forces you to do something about it. All right, guys. Thanks a lot again for coming in. Appreciate all you hopping in here. Make sure you hit that like button on your way out if you didn't already do it, man. We need to. I don't ask for super chats. I appreciate the ones I get, but you definitely get in there and check out. Hey, I left them in there for one more day. The Horns Down hats. Just today, this is the last day we're going to pull them. So it'll be the last day that you have those. There's all kinds of different designs in there. We've been getting some sales on the Alabama State Championship t-shirts, some of that other kind of stuff. Make sure you guys jump in there. Tell you what, I'm going to go through and randomly select somebody here. You know what? Duke Silver Sooner. I'm going to send you a hat. Send me your email. Send me an email to jw@hofmedia.us and we'll get you a hat sent. We'll get that over there to you here shortly. All right. Send me an email and then I'll send you a link so you can go pick it up. All right, guys. Thanks again for everybody popping in here. Appreciate all of you. May see you back here in a little while. But if not, probably on Sooner Legends podcast at 3 Central Time. If not, we'll see whenever it pops up. Whenever we know something, you will too. Thanks a lot for coming in. See you on the next one.